that are like joined together with epoxy in the middle.
Ooh.
It'll look nice.
I'm very intrigued because I will be in the market for a new desk in the new house. So let me know how it turns out.
It wasn't cheap,
I got the desk Spencer recommended, and I love it.
but I will use this desk. I'll be at this desk for most of my life for a while.
Yep.
So
Yes.
I have figured it's fine to invest.
That's true.
And that's part of the reason why going into the office has become so unattractive is I've made decision after decision like that. Ooh. And so now
You can turn it on the stream.
my home setup is so much nicer than anything they could ever offer in the office. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm never going back to the office.
All right. We are ready to go. We're streaming.
Oh, I
Don't
should
worry. I cut
pull up my
in
notes.
after all the risque conversation was over. So, what happened last time?
Oh, hold on. Sort by date.
We just started.
Wait, isn't this session 0?
yeah.
New
Oh, you're
campaign.
gonna crush the
I don't
babies on-
remember anything.
We got a ship. Let's
For
go.
those following along at home, through a variety of circumstances, it has been a full 6 weeks since we have played.
Yeah.
I had a vision. Felix had a
Mhm.
vision.
Felix did have a vision last time we played.
We started the session with discussing Felix's vision.
Yeah.
Anything about a desert?
Yeah, well, I remember sand. I don't know.
Anything else?
Felix goes to sleep to recover from his fight with Sledge.
Yep.
after
Mhm.
Yeah, so
sharing
yeah,
vision.
we could recap that as well. Yeah.
Sledge and Jurgen were also resting. Tizzle, the plan was for Tizzle to scout the mountains in the morning while the group digs out the ship. Everyone in the group rests. Wanda is on first watch. It's warm enough to not need furs, which feels nice for once. His leaves don't feel like they're slowly wilting as the sun goes. I don't have word wrapping on. What? Word wrap, go. As the sun goes down, the familiar red glow appears on the horizon behind the mountains. It's much brighter now. Wanda enjoys the night. However, he doesn't find any dirt. Sad.
Mm.
Revan is on second watch. He rolled a 2 for perception, which is good. He notices the same things as Wanda. Relatively warm. At 2 points in the night, he feels a rumble. The first he can feel coming from the desert, some distance away. Very faint and transitory. At the second half of the watch is almost a constant low rumble from the mountains behind the group. Not in the same way as the desert rumble, it's something much deeper, which is interesting. Revan attempts to attune to the compass again, looking over it and studying it. He sees if he can feel anything, but he doesn't. He makes an intelligence check and gets a 15. While sitting outside the door, he notices Sledge and Jurgen have rigged fabric all over the stairwell to make a makeshift door. Revan thinks about the compass, attuning to it, and how it came to him, etc. He remembers the Magister speaking of the latent magical ability in the compass, and that it needed to be unlocked in some way to attune. Revan recognizes that he won't be able to unlock the compass on his own, unfortunately. With an insight roll, the vision he saw of the Iran leaving the compass behind, it feels like it was willingly given up. And Revan makes the connection that this compass doesn't like to be given up. It's not like that it's sentient, it just... a connection. Shall I keep going? I have 187 lines to go.
I do have a point of clarification on that.
Okay.
About Revan and the compass. Specifically that the compass, it's not that the compass doesn't like being given up necessarily. Like transferring the magical item from one person to another can work. But specifically the the disregarding of it or the throwing it away.
So it doesn't like being given up in the literal sense of like tossed out, not transferred between people, but being just like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Revan shares the details of his watch with Council for Council's watch. Council goes to the mountain to investigate the rumbling. I'll speed up a bit. There are no rumblings from the sand, but the mountain rumblings can be felt while walking barefoot. Not quite a sound, but it's very low in bass form. The constant rumbling, but he notices that there isn't a pattern. There's no ebb and flow. It's just a constant rumble. Council expands his mind to reach out. He tries to contact anything for information. Council closes his eyes and thinks of the personage of his grandfather. He knows everything about his grandfather in appearance and smell and mannerisms, and he's able to form a picture-perfect replication in his mind's eye. And sadly, nothing comes to contact him. And comparing that vision with the previous conversation he had in his own experience, Council is not sure if it's the same person. So the version of his grandfather that spoke to him in the vision, he's not quite sure. He then thinks of the Eln woman. He's not exactly sure what to imagine. He tries to imagine the Eln goddess. It's not perfect. And then he focuses on his inner self, which doesn't really work because it's not actually his inner self. It's just him. And so nothing really happens. No voices or anything. Then he goes back to the ship. We wake up and we let Jurgen keep sleeping. Sledge stands up, but he looks slower and worn. Felix tries to perform medical first aid. Tizol asks where Sledge found the hammer, and Sledge says it was in the caves. Felix describes the room to see if it matches with his memory. Felix describes the room from his vision to Sledge, and Sledge agrees that it was the same. All elements of the vision are the same. The Elm woman was wielding a weapon, a firearm. The Dawn was unarmed, but he grappled her. The weapon appears identical. Sledge seems genuine, and it's... we had the discussion of whether it was the same gun or not. And Sledge pointed to Revan's gun and said it was the same gun. And Spencer brought up the point that guns aren't a thing in this world. Like, we have never seen one before meeting Revan.
Yes.
You said all of us have seen exactly one gun, and it's Revan's. Council asks where Revan got his weapon, and Revan said, "I've had it for as long as I can remember." So that's all the information we got there. Felix gives the... Wait, what? Felix gives the hammer to Felix to attune to? I don't know. I don't know why I wrote that.
There was conversation about Felix handing it off to somebody else to see if they could have the same vision.
Oh, yeah.
If they would be able to replicate it. But then there was the talk about items not wanting to be handed off, and potentially he would be unattuned to it.
Yeah.
And he might not be able to attune to it again. So that never ended up happening. So you probably started writing it, and then you guys decided against handing it off.
I remember that.
The group sat down and discussed the ideas and implications of the visions. The containment units mentioned, were they for machines like Sledge's people? Were they for the gods? Were they for the Kraken? Felix shares the details of visuals of the Dwarn and Eln. Revan wonders if they align with what we saw standing around the table in his vision. Any depictions of Dalen that Felix remembers. Felix makes a history check. Felix big brain 26, all caps. Felix recalls from Dwarn living that Dwarn regard the law in place of Dalen, because to them Dalen left and did not return. They revered the law more than him, so any of depictions of him were defaced in some way, so there's no way to tell. Revan attempts to draw the Dwarn and Elm from his vision with his forgery kit. And he does a performance check. He sits down and sketches out what he can recall. He makes a very good sketch of the two. However, it's not enough detail to identify them. They look like a dwarven man and an elf woman. Tizol goes to scout the mountains. Sledge asks Felix, "Did you not hear the heartbeat midst the vision?" Yes, he did. Did you see the large crystal? Yes, the two appear to be related. I believe the crystal was the heart, says Felix. And yeah, that's when we kind of realized that the vision probably took place below Orin.
Maybe.
Felix uses enhanced strength on council to help clear the sand. Wanda turns into a giant pangolin,
He sure did.
which was super
That's
cute.
right.
Cleared out the sand. Felix and
How
Revan
polite.
inspect the ship. Felix has to clear the sand inside. Revan handles the ropes and knots. Cool, making progress. Tizol's vision. Oh, scouting. Oh gosh. Does anyone else want to share this? Oh, shall I keep going?
You're doing a great job. Keep going.
Okay, I know you're eating. It's fine.
I can jump in.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Tizol goes out scouting. I wasn't as detailed, so you can fill any details I missed. He notices this isn't as high as the nest, but it's definitely very high to be flying around in the mountains. He does some deep investigation of the wound. The mountains are terribly tall for the whole border with the desert. It's basically just this. There aren't any gaps in it. There are many obsidian-like pebbles all around, and as he descends down, it gets more gradually red. It kind of, at a distance, it looks like somewhere between molten rock and a physical wound in a mammal's skin. It kind of looks like there's a trail of ants moving north. From this distance, as he moves in closer, you can definitely see there's some humanoid type things doing something. They all have red embedded in them. So it's looking pretty alchemite-y. Starts to see amalgamations of living stone marching by, and there's hundreds of them. They're emerging from the ground in the background. Let's see. Tizol has been identified with a laser pointer at this point. The entity seems to focus on Tizol as he flies away. It looks like there's alchemite in the entity's hand, and a laser shoots out and a bunch of rocks explode where Tizol just was, and then he beelines back to camp trying to stay alive.
One thing is that all of these things seem to be going north-northeast in direction, the constant march to that lower mountain range, heading toward the plains where Wanda's people are from, and the Feral Torn.
And I think, Barnabas, you may have said it, but I think, if I remember correctly, there's like a large stone of some type where it seems like these creatures are emitting nearby from the earth.
It's like a giant piece of red alchemite, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah. And he was able to see far in the distance to the south that there was one large red stone where many of these creatures seem to be originating near from.
Right. And he was able to scout out that northeast where it seems like these creatures are moving towards. It seems like we could get into the wound by cresting the mountains and going basically north and back south to get over a shorter mountain range.
Right.
And also there by the coast, we can see it looking at the map, but he was able to see that along the coastline there's also an opening. So those are our options for getting the group essentially in.
If we needed to get there.
If we needed to get in.
Yeah, going up and over didn't seem like a super feasible option for everyone.
Yep.
I said, after Tizol is shot at, he makes like Wanda and leaves.
Oh, good.
Note taking is boring. I gotta keep it fun.
Guys, I gotta go.
Did anybody describe the ship yet? After
That's next.
Back on the ship, Council and want to continue to dig out the bottom of the boat. We make a pretty decent dent on the amount of sand. Felix recasts the strength bonus on Council. Most, if not all, the sand at the bottom of the ship has been on the side of the ship has been exposed. We can see the bottom and its rather smooth surface, also made of metal. Revan sees that there are a number of holes on the hull of the ship near the deck where the chains come out and attach to the mast. 2 holes at the front and back where chains go into the holes. The sails of the ship are fastened without holes to the ship itself. On the back of the sails, something seems weird about them. It doesn't look quite normal. The lines are attached to the back like some thread, the textile, leathery substance. As we're clearing the inside of the ship, it feels a little top heavy, so we anchor it to the ground to prevent it from flipping. After spending the whole day clearing it out, we find 2 things of note inside. One, for both the back sail and front sail, they have a system of cogs that are attached to the ceiling that can be controlled to manipulate the sail to raise and lower them. They can disengage to allow the sails to move left and right. For the front sail, we can see that the cog system is in need of some repair, and a number of chains have also been broken. At the base of the main deck stairs, there is a bowl that is sitting at the top of the pedestal that is affixed to the ground, with wires leading out from it. Wires lead to 3 cannons mounted on the top, left, and the left, right, and center of the ship. The wheel attaches to the chains to the cog systems under the deck to manipulate the direction of the sails. Tizol returns to share what he saw. We work together to right the ship. The sails, catching the sunlight, become almost translucent, transferring energy. Ooh. That's
One
all.
other note of the ship is there's no rudder, which is unusual for a ship of this size. And
Yes.
then I don't know if you said it, but the chains are connected to the sail as well. We discovered when we.
Yep. Because when you turn the wheel, that turns the sails.
Okay.
And I can't remember if this was Spencer telling us or if we figured this out in character, but the glimmering of the sail, I believe, is it absorbing the energy of the sun, and that's what we believe powers it, right?
So Felix was ultimately able to tell that the sails they had a somewhat elasticity to them, and when they were like fully distended, you could see it was semi-translucent so that they didn't block completely the view of the captain of the ship, but also that there was lines of a sort running from the outer edges inward towards the middle. And Felix pieced together that those were actually like conducting some kind of electricity or some kind of energy, akin to like the solar surfers from Cheshire Planet.
Quick random observation before we move forward. I know you're never going to, Spencer, but your SD signature that you put on all your artwork would make a very cool tattoo, either on your shoulder or on like the inside of your forearm.
Say if
Or
you
on
want
your
to get
shoulder.
my initials tattooed on you, go right
I
ahead.
wouldn't, but
I'll do
I
it if
think
you
that
let me
would
be
be
the
cool,
big bad
though.
in one of the campaigns.
How do you know you're not already?
Oh,
I mean,
Oh,
kind of are.
He's
I mean,
probably
Tizol
knocked
thinks he is.
more players out.
it's true.
Council has
You
killed
have-
more people than any of the other bads in my campaign.
You have fought the whole party multiple times.
Not intentionally.
But I will agree that
It's
monogram
more of a
is
one at a time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's a very cool monogram.
That's something I created, I guess, in like high school, maybe. I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's kind of neat looking. And it's just stuck. So actually, if you look at like basically any of my artwork, probably not on these ones.
Yeah,
but I've
no, it
always got
says it
that
on a
like
lot of them.
somewhere.
Yes.
I've noticed it on other ones.
Yeah, same.
What's the title
Like
of
the
this session?
portraits.
Oh yeah, all the portraits have it on there.
Oh yeah.
The title of this session. Are we done recapping?
Yeah, that's all I had in my notes.
Do that. You guys flip the ship back over with a loud boom.
Ooh.
The title of this session is Pirates and Parasites.
Oh, I'm gonna sit down.
I think I turned
Mm.
Alex off.
Oranges.
Sounds like we're talking about Revan with both of those.
Hey,
Hey.
got some
What's that?
nasty.
What number session is this?
This is
28.
28.
This is 28.
Session number 28.
I remember
Which-
when I invented D&D.
So, as you flip the ship over and it lands on the ground and there's a loud echoing boom, you can hear it reverberating off of the obsidian ridge in the distance, and you can hear it kind of echoing out into the sands. It continues for 3 to 5 seconds of just this, and then it slowly fades to silence. And then you hear something else.
Uh-oh.
Another low rumble begin to build. Everybody make me a perception check.
It might be the worm.
Tizal goes to sleep. Tizal goes to sleep.
Oh,
It's the Tatzel worm.
heck yeah.
This all just sleeps. Narcolepsy.
12.
We got 12,
17.
17,
8.
8.
One just like,
Got
it's
an at-
so funny.
I got a 1.
Oh, no.
Felix got a 1. Felix
Yeah.
is very pleased that they were just able to flip over this ship and is thinking it's pretty cool.
23.
23. So Adam, Tizal, and Council, you all hear and feel this rumble. And it is coming from the desert. You, Tizal, not Tizal, Revan, you feel this is very similar to the rumbling that you felt previously. You figure it's a ways away. It's not right next to you. You can't see anything. Looking out towards the desert immediately, there's nothing like visible to the eye. But this loud noise that you have made has definitely summoned something that it's now making its way towards you. What would you like to do?
I immediately alert the. I gotta go take care of these dogs and quiet them down. Sorry.
Okay.
I alert the rest of the group. I'll be right back.
Okay. So Revan points out to everybody else that there is something in the desert, and it's coming towards you.
We either stay on the ship, or we run to the rocks. The mountain range.
Okay.
Council says. Tizal, please fly that direction and see what's coming.
Oh, yuck. Okay, boss. Oh, wait, that's not his voice. All right, it's been so long.
Fly. fly a bit high. Make sure you're out of reach.
Okay, I will not get within 35 feet of him. Or 15, you remember.
Outside of sword throwing distance.
Yeah, Tizal takes off.
Okay. What's everybody else going to do?
How close is the rocks that we could run to?
The rocks are hundreds of yards away. I don't remember exactly how far I said they were when Council went to them the night previous.
Like 300 feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
it was-
so like 100 yards roughly.
Revan and Felix, can you get the ship moving within the next minute?
How much sand is still on the ship?
Inside the ship,
Yeah.
you'd have to climb up on top of it and go find out. But assuming
How
you
confident
do that,
am I in getting this ship running?
make me an investigation check.
Either way, this ship is probably our safest place to be. We don't want to be on the sand. Whatever's out there, if it can swallow the ship whole, then we've got bigger
14.
problems.
14. So, from your investigation previously, you were able to surmise that there's about somewhere between 7 and 10 things wrong with the ship in its current state. Probably only 3 or 4 of them are actually keeping this ship from moving. You don't know how it moves. You don't know what propels it forward, because as far as you can see right now, even with the sails, at least one of the sails like fully stretched, it's not moving. It's still firmly rooted in the sand. So from what you could surmise, there's probably 3 or 4 things that would need to be fixed relatively quickly.
More than a minute, probably.
So we have to make the gamble of assuming this worm cannot consume the ship whole, or we run to the mountain range, whether we are off the sand.
I'd rather not get caught in the middle, in between.
Aye. Ships have provided me safety for many a year. I say
And
we
this
stay.
ship is our way out of the desert.
Very well.
Is all. Make me a perception check real quick,
For sure.
because you've flown up into the sky and are looking while they're having this conversation below.
19.
19. Looking out into the desert, you can absolutely see this thing, or at least a trail of this thing. There is a mound of sand that is making its way directly towards the ship very quickly. You imagine that you have less than a minute before it actually arrives at the ship with the speed that it's going.
How far away from the group am I at this point?
You're maybe a couple 100 feet up in the air.
Okay. I'm going to fly directly in the direction of the mound.
Okay.
And I'm going to be 500 feet up, let's say.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you fly up into the air and take off towards the mound. Okay.
And
Everybody else, you see Tizal bolt off into the desert.
Council gets on the ship and makes sure everyone else is on the ship.
Okay.
And also informs Sledge and Jürgen what's happening.
Okay. You watch as Sledge goes, and Jürgen was still standing in the place where he had helped Felix to be able to lift the sand to tip the ship back over. And he basically scoops up Jürgen in his arms and walks towards the ship. What you find about this ship is that it is from the upper deck to the sand, the desert. It's I think like 15 feet high. The sides of it are steep up to the deck, but the front is actually it juts out quite a bit, and so you're able to walk up that decently.
You said this had cannons, right?
It does.
What state are those in?
Why don't you make me another investigation check?
Council points at the ball
Ooh,
that
nat
the cannons
20.
connect to as well.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice.
You can see that there's 2 problems with some of the cannons. The right cannon, so the cannon that is currently facing towards the mountains, has actually broken free of its mount, and so it's like kind of toppled off onto one side. So it's still the nose of it is out of the hole that it's built for, but it's up at an angle. It's not pointing straight on. And the front cannon actually has, you can see on the ground between this bowl and the cannon, there is a series of wires, and those wires have frayed. So the left cannon seems to be in fine working condition, though.
Is there
There are
anything in the
three
bowl?
in total.
3 in total, yes.
Is there anything in the bowl?
There's nothing in the bowl at this time.
Do we have any alchemite?
I have white alchemite.
If there's an emergency, it may be worth trying putting that in the ball. If not,
You
maybe cast a spell into it.
You guys from
have-
the ship now, anyone who's up on the deck, you can now see the mound. That it is approaching very quickly.
I
You
try to
probably
see if
have
I can
less
get.
than 30 seconds.
I'll try to get the cannon working.
Okay.
Tizal,
The one
Tizal,
left cannon.
Tizal wants to try to distract it. That's why he's flying directly at it.
Okay.
So
God.
probably when he's like 200 feet away, he's gonna start screeching to try to
Okay.
get its attention.
It's underground, right? Or is it
You
above
don't
ground?
know.
Oh, okay. You said we can see it now.
We see the
I
mound.
did say it. Yeah. So seeing
Okay.
the mound, you know that it's below ground.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're screeching, trying to get its attention, to Zal.
Yep.
Make me a performance check.
Just busting out moves in the air.
And Felix, well, what are you trying to do to repair the cannon? What are you trying to do?
Well, if it appears fine, I need to see if, like, what does it shoot? Does it have any of that sitting around?
From what you can see from the roll that you made previously, you don't see anything for it to shoot. It has, similar to the other two, lines of wires that lead to this bowl in the middle. But other than that, there's nothing.
Okay.
There's no cannonballs. There's no gunpowder or anything. It's just
So we have, like, one of the sails are out, right?
correct. Yeah, I think you got the large sail, at least pseudo repaired.
Okay. I'm gonna see if are there any, like, controls on the cannon, switches or levers.
You don't see any. Tizal, what did you roll?
13.
13. You start screeching and squawking. Nothing's happening. This thing is just full bore, headed straight ahead.
How close is it now?
You think that you probably got like 15 seconds.
Council gets
If
ready.
there's anything that you wanted to try and repair, or anything you wanted to try and do to get yourselves ready for potentially bracing for impact, now would be the time to do it.
Who's on? Where is everyone currently? So I picture Revan probably would have been going around with Felix looking at the ship, but where are the other people who are on the boat?
Well, Felix was below deck looking at the cannons. Did you want to?
He went
also...
below. No, sorry, I forgot. I didn't want to go below. Is anybody else still up on deck?
Yeah, Council would have been on deck for a majority of this.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wander's on deck as well.
Wander and Council, why don't you also make me some perception checks then?
8 again.
You say 8 again?
Mm-hmm.
Perception. Perception is my best one. 16.
16. You can see, Council, the most glaring problem to you is that the gear in the front of the ship, it has essentially like a large metal lever that's used as like a manual brake to stop the gear from turning. And that currently is broken. One of the bolts on one of the sides is like broken off, and so it's tilted and jammed into the gearing.
Okay.
So the front sail wouldn't be able to function in its current shape. You might be able to brute force it out, or if you had a more creative solution, potentially there might be a way to get that loose. But that's probably the biggest hindrance to at least to the sails functioning in their current way.
Okay.
Wander, you are able to notice that the front sail still has 2 chains that are unattached. So the front chain on the right side is not the one that, like, it doesn't move. It's like basically soldered onto the ship, or not soldered,
Welded.
welded. There, thank you.
Okay.
Welded onto the ship. That one has broken loose. And the other chain that would normally go into the gearing is also broken loose. And so you notice that those two items are out of whack. So you
I
guys can
holler
protect
that
them.
out immediately so everyone else knows.
Okay. You also notice that there are some minor like holes in the sails, but they don't appear to be like too detrimental.
So
I
while
want to see where
go ahead.
the wires go to, like from the cannon.
Okay. Following the wires, they go just into the bottom of this bowl.
I'll put the white alchemite in the bowl.
The white alchemite.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Immediately, you can see that that piece of alchemite, when you put it down inside the bowl, begins to levitate about 2 or 3 inches off of the bowl and just kind of hovers in the middle. Whereas the wiring to each of the cannons takes on a semi-translucent kind of white color to them, except the one that's
Oh.
frayed. And they remain there.
Cool. While on the deck, would it be possible for Council to use his Know Your Enemy ability?
How does that work again?
You have to study an enemy outside of combat for 1 minute.
You don't have a minute.
Okay, thought so. Worth checking.
Yeah. At that point, you hear Tizal screeching above this thing, and you see that it's not slowing down. Revan, what are you doing?
So this thing's right about to us at this point.
Yeah, you basically got 1, maybe 2 rounds of like combat to choose to do something.
So wanders towards the back and councils towards the front.
Wander and Council are both more up towards the front.
I want to, assuming I'm right by them, one of you get below deck. The other, give me your hand.
What are you planning?
All right. And Wander gives Revan his hand.
Council.
Revan casts fly. On both myself and Wander.
Okay.
I move up.
Okay.
Council doesn't.
I
go
let go of
below
Wander's
deck.
hand.
Okay. So Revan, you fly up into the sky.
Yes.
Council, what are you doing? So Wander went to Revan.
He's standing on the ship with his crossbow and shield, ready to go.
Okay.
If this thing looks like it can swallow the ship whole, he's getting ready to like jump and run.
Okay. Tizal, what are you doing?
I'm lockstep with it, flying above it, just
Okay.
kind of continuously screeching. I know I can't like make multiple of the same check, so
Yeah.
flavor wise,
You can. The DC just gets higher.
why not? I'll try to distract it one last time. Why not?
He's just bird screaming the can.
Ooh, 17.
17. You start squeaking and squawking and squacking.
Squeaking. I am a fierce predator.
Sure you are. Sure you are, buddy.
As Wander is being carried into the air, I have a spell that has a range of 120 feet. Is it 120 feet from us yet?
The creature?
Mm-hmm.
You could say yes.
Okay. Then,
Just so this works, whatever you want it to be.
yeah, Wander casts Erupting Earth right where
Okay.
the creature is.
Okay.
So a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point.
Okay.
Dex save or take 3 d12 bludgeoning damage.
Just imagine the worm trying to dodge. It's like, roar.
I rolled a natural 20.
What'd the worm roll? This isn't about you.
I am the worm.
Oh.
It's just a big me underneath the ground.
There's a
Hi.
Colorado Avalanche jersey coming at us under the ground.
Yep.
With
I
a
wrote-
beard.
I wrote
Yeah,
Wander casts Erupt Earth. Worm says no.
Yeah. Well, so does it still take half damage on a failed save?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. So
Wander
half of 15.
casts his spell out at the ground. And you watch right as where that point is about to be, the trail or the tunnel, the bulge in the sand just kind of disappears. And then there's this eruption of sand. And then you watch the bulge appear on the other side.
Boo.
Mm.
It just goes down.
Tricksy sand hobbitses.
It's got 3 dimensions to play with. You only got 2, suckers.
Unless we're flying.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah. The enemy's
him.
gate is down.
Okay. So what was the damage?
15.
15 and bludgeoning damage?
Yep.
15 halved.
Yeah, 15 halved.
Wait, so 7 or 15 is halved of 30?
No, 15 and so 7.
Okay.
With the failed save.
Got it. Okay.
Or a successful save rather.
Perfect. All right. You all have 1 round, 1 action you can do before the creature gets here.
I'm a fighter. I don't have anything.
Barnabas, so you know you have 10 minutes and 60 feet of movement speed.
Oh, independent of you?
Yeah, I'm not holding you anymore. I just
Okay.
cast it onto you as a presumably willing creature.
Okay.
So let's roll initiative, and then people can say what they're going to do for their free round.
If we go before the worm, does that mean we actually?
Well, you get a full. This is just a free round. It has not reached the ship
Oh,
yet.
right.
And I
Sure.
guarantee almost that you're going to go before this thing.
Uh-uh.
Not sure I wanted to blow a nat 20 on an initiative check, but okay.
How many feet to the far side of the desert?
Is this no? To the far side of the desert, like the mountains.
The far side of the desert.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Sorry. Go.
I was like, hold on, I have this.
At least
Punching
Alex
Google
giggled at my joke.
A little over 200 miles, about 200 miles.
I do that.
Oh, okay, cool. Can you guys see the roll 20 by the way now?
No, it says stream paused. Iggy has minimized their application. Sit tight.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, in that case, let me do it.
No,
this
now we
way.
see it. No, we just saw it. No, it's the map. here.
We see roll 20.
Now we see it. No.
Now you see it. I guess I could also. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
All right. Who's doing what? Sorry. Initiative. 25 to 20.
24.
Holy crap, Wander.
21.
25.
What?
Wait,
What
what?
are you guys doing?
I rolled a nat 20.
Rolling initiative.
Crap.
So did I. Yeah.
I
I
blew
rolled
it.
17.
Revan and Tizal, what do you guys have?
12.
I rolled a natural 1, but 6.
Okay, so Revan, Tizal, and then Worm.
I thought the 8 I rolled was bad.
Worm rolled real bad. Actually, Jurgen got a 1. Sledge got a 2.
Could you change dice for when you're using NPCs that we care about?
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, I've got multiple d20s.
200 miles is 8,800 rounds of sprinting. Just a heads up.
I'm just doing mine in one though.
Oh, okay.
He just punches a hole through the planet.
I am a
You've
warlock.
got to. All right, Council. What are you doing for your free round?
From map orientation, which way is the worm coming?
It is coming from the bottom. It's coming straight from the bottom.
Okay. Does it have anything other than the mound? Is there like poisonous gas following it? Is there slime? Is there anything weird happening other than a mound of sand coming at us?
Make me a perception check.
19.
19. You don't see anything else besides just a big mound of sand making its way quickly towards you.
How big is the mound in relation to the ship?
It is in relation to the ship.
Is it as wide as the ship? Not as wide?
So from the front of the ship to the back of the ship, it is not as wide as that.
Okay. Cool. I'll hold my action for when something hostile. I want to make sure I'm as close to where it looks like it's going to surface.
Okay.
So wherever I need to stand for that.
Okay. So you'll move kind of up here. Wander was up there with Revan. Gotta get towards the middle of the ship and just start ready for whatever happens.
Cool. Yep.
Okay. Wander.
Yeah, Wonder casts Call Lightning. So
Okay.
Storm cloud appears in the shape of cylinder, 10 feet tall, with a 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see within range directly above
Nice.
you. When you cast a spell, choose a point. You can see under the cloud, 120-foot range. Bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 must make a dex saving throw again. 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save.
Okay.
Damage is 15 lightning damage.
15 lightning damage.
Mhm.
So anyone looking looks out and sees this cloud just suddenly appear in the middle of the desert, and this large bolt of lightning strike the ground, and you just hear this low, just like underneath the sand. And you think you made some kind of impact on it.
That's all I got.
All right, Felix.
So these cannons don't have any controls, do they? At least they don't appear to have any.
Make me another investigation check.
That's 25.
25. You can see now that you have put this piece of alchemite in the bowl, around the rim of the bowl, there are, for lack of a better word, like buttons that are glowing basically in the direction of each of the cannons. You piece together that these cannons are designed to be used by one person, so that they could stand at the bowl and basically be like, all right, cannon one, fire cannon. They could reach all the cannons without having to move.
Cool.
I'm gonna go try to aim the cannon. Like look out the hole it's looking out of and aim it at, if I can see the worm from there.
Okay.
Or does the cannon move?
The cannon doesn't move. Each of the
This is a smart
cannons,
cannon?
yeah, they're bolted into the ground.
Okay.
Gotta wait.
But from what you can see, like from where the mound is, if you were to fire this cannon, it would be close to hitting. Because like this thing is coming straight at the side of the ship.
Okay, I'm gonna fire it.
Okay. Go ahead.
What do I do?
If you want to fire, you just make me an attack roll and add +6 to hit.
Is it one?
22.
I will put the ship's stats in our chat now that you have them. 22.
Yep.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me damage. It is 3d10.
Pew.
So anyone on board, and Tizal, you flying through the sky, you watch as this cannon that's sticking out the western side of the ship for a brief moment before this blast of elemental energy comes out of the front of it. It turns this like very bright white, and then shoots this not like a snowball. That's all I can think of. Word a chunk of ice shoots out of the front.
Giant icicle.
Right. And 3d10 damage.
Yeah, that's 13.
13. Okay.
13.
All right. And you watch as it impacts into the mound of sand that is blazing its way towards you guys.
Is there an icicle traveling through the sand towards us now?
No, you watch as that big shard of ice, as it impacts the sand, it basically it impacts and then immediately shatters into 1,000 pieces.
Oh, cool.
Ice shrapnel now. Okay. Is that all for you, Felix?
Yeah?
Okay. Revan.
All right,
Is your
Revan.
turn.
Revan is going to cast Eldritch Blast
Okay.
at the mound.
Okay.
Oh crap. So that's the first one is gonna be 10.
10 does not hit. You watch as Revan shoots an Eldritch Blast out from his pistol, and it just kind of into the sand.
Pew.
Second one is 26.
26 hits. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Some beautiful bean footage.
Roll me that beautiful bean footage.
Ooh, that's pretty good. So that is 13.
13.
Yes. And
Wait, don't you have a knockback?
yeah, I was just gonna say that actually. Which is not bound by a creature's size, so it's also gonna get pushed back 10 feet.
How? What?
The sand.
It simply
just
ignores that.
I was gonna say the whiplash just it snaps the worm in half. It's just click.
Oh, it just runs into a brick wall. You watch the back half of it just like scorpion tail up. And
Yeah, it's probably technically like already against a wall since it's underground.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use if for a bonus action, I'm gonna do Grasp of the Deep. Right next to gosh, I always want to say Caden. Council, are you at is the picture representative of where you actually are?
yeah, on the ship.
Sure. Okay. So right to the left of him, I want to cast Grasp of the Deep. So 10-foot tentacle.
Tentabro.
Okay. I don't have anything to serve as the
Just
tentacle.
make a black
So
square or something,
we're just
or a
gonna
green square.
James Corrin, rip.
Yep, James is the tentacle.
Okay. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Tizzle, what you doing?
Does it look like that it's far enough beneath ground that terminal velocity wouldn't allow me to break through to hit it?
Because you're trying to punch it?
I want to punch it.
You could certainly try.
I feel like to get down there though would take like my entire movement plus dash in foregoing my action.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've been in lockstep with this thing the whole time, right? Above it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I guess I'm going to start flying down, angled down to be able to like intercept it the closer it gets to the ship.
Okay.
I guess if that takes my full movement and an action, so be it.
Okay. Put you over here. I mean, you're actually like down here, but you're off the screen. So here you go.
Sure. And I can do because I use my movement and then an action to move to dash essentially.
Mhm.
So I should still have a bonus action, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to burn a key point to do patient defense.
Okay. Cool.
That's
It's
my
weird
turn.
that flying down costs movement.
I mean, it still takes time to fly down.
Yeah, but it's just interesting that he can't just like tuck his wings in and fall. You know.
Well, he can.
Oh,
I would
okay.
But
fall straight down.
It's like movement isn't exactly like, it's really like how far can you move in a certain amount of time.
Right.
And so he has 60 seconds of flying time.
Right.
Or whatever. 60 feet of flying time.
Yeah, it's just one of the things where mechanics are needed, otherwise it would get kind of silly.
Right.
Where
I
are
just
Sledge and
follow.
Jurgen?
They're in the ship, aren't they?
Oh, well, yes. You actually, for their turn, you see as Sledge is carrying Jurgen, he is carrying him up the side of the ship. And with each step, his feet actually, like, they magnetize to the ship.
Oh,
And
cool.
he steps and steps.
That's
And
cool.
he's walking like straight vertically up the side of the ship onto the deck. And they end up next to Revan on the upper deck. I don't have
Revan-
them either. So sure. James Verneth and a fire elemental.
My immersion.
Yeah, so they have walked up the side of the ship and are now on the top deck next to Revan. Now we will actually enter into our first round of combat. Council.
Just
If
to
you
clarify
would.
too, Revan's not standing on the deck. He's-
Right, so they're on the upper deck, yeah, because you're flying. That's right.
Is the mound within? 2 questions. One,
Uh-huh.
does it look like a hand crossbow bolt would be able to go into the sand far enough to hit this thing? It hasn't appeared yet. It's like shooting into the water.
It hasn't appeared. Yeah, you have
Okay.
not actually seen this thing. You've just seen a mound of sand.
Council will ask Jurgen and Sledge to see if they can fix the break without putting themselves in danger,
Okay.
and then hold his action until the worm shows up.
Okay.
Until the worm is shootable.
Okay.
There you go. 120 feet range.
Okay. Wander. Your turn.
Yeah, Wander calls the same lightning cloud.
Call lightning.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, it's dex save.
Yep.
That is another natural 20. Sorry. It failed
Wow.
one.
Yeah. 27 damage in half, so
So
13.
13.
Yeah.
Man, you guys love your 13 damage.
You rolled well on those 3d10.
Yeah.
You're not using.
Yeah, 8, 9, and 10. Not too shabby.
3d10 can do a shockingly low amount of damage.
Yes.
It could roll 3. All right.
Yep.
So yeah, you call down lightning. The cloud appears, and you kind of hear the low rumble of lightning or the thunder. And in that second before the actual lightning appears, the mound of sand kind of dips down for just a second as the lightning impacts into the sand, and then it pops back up and continues towards you. All right. Anything else, Wander?
Nope.
All right. Felix.
Is the alchemite still glowing?
It is.
Push the button.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
11.
Misses. You watch as another flash of white emanates off of the front of this cannon. The large ice chunk goes and it breaks into 1,000 pieces again against the sand. But you feel like it didn't have as meaningful of an impact as it did the last time. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Revan.
All right, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
The first one is a 17.
Misses.
And another 17.
Also misses.
Where is this thing currently right now?
It is roughly 50-ish feet away from the boat.
Okay, that'll be my turn then.
Okay. Tizal.
I'm gonna head toward the boat.
Okay.
Quick break for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so 75 feet of movement is my base. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take that diagonally toward the boat.
Yeah, we could say that you would get there with your speed.
Yeah,
So
and
you
I'll hold an attack action.
Okay. So are you landing on the boat, or are you just are you flying above it?
I'm flying above it.
Okay. And holding your attack action just for it to be in range?
Yeah, for it to be in range.
Okay.
And again, I'm gonna take. I probably wasted it the first time, but I'm gonna take patient defense again.
Okay. Sounds good. It is now the worm's turn. And I would like everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw. As you are...
Should we wait for Jack?
I suppose we can. He's basically back.
He's essentially back.
Yeah.
If I continue asking, then I stall just long enough. Hey, Jackie.
That one!
All right. Sorry. What's up?
I need everyone who is on the ship to make me a dexterity saving throw. So actually, Revan, Wander, and Tizal, you do not need to.
Oh, man.
But I get advantage.
I got dirty 20.
Okay.
Rolled a 15.
All right. And
I got a 14.
all right. You both, for the worm never appears above the sand, but you watch as this wave of sand just smashes into the side of the ship.
Oh, dang.
and the whole thing just reels. And both Jurgen and Sledge lose their footing, and they end up falling over. But they're able to catch themselves on the railing before they actually go over the other side.
Woo.
Come on, Sledge. You got magnet boots.
Mm-hmm. At which point, oh, sorry, you are actually here with the thing. It's actually, it rams the ship and then it disappears underneath the sand.
Mm-mm.
And I need a bunch of dice.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Are we getting healed?
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Okay. You see as the hull on the side that you're on, Felix. So even though this thing impacted into the side of the ship, you don't see, it doesn't like puncture through or anything, but this, the bottom side of the ship, so the western facing side, there is now a sizable dent in it. That is all. Let me write some things down here that don't matter to you guys.
Like it matters a little bit.
Nope, doesn't matter. Not even a little.
Coach.
Yeah, so it smashes into the ship and then just disappears. You can still feel and hear the rumble, but now there is no sign of it. Sledge and Jurgen are both going to stand up. And Jurgen is just going to kind of like slap Sledge on the shoulder. Say, you heard him, go do it. And Sledge is going to 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 his way up to that front gear. Because that's what you told him to fix, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And he is going to try and unjam that front brake.
Council does make sure to mention that. Make sure we can stop again.
Yeah.
It's like, I undo the handbrake. All right, we're moving.
Not important. You don't need to. And that is going to be a 19. So yeah, you watch as he runs up to it, and essentially you just grabs it, and you hear this just as the metal is just bent back on one of the bolts as he like tears it back up into the right position.
Oh jeez.
And you can see he like gives it a little test. Then he can move it back and forth. It doesn't seem like it's too sturdy.
Okay.
We'll probably still need repair at some point in the future, but at least it is able to be used functionally as a braking system again.
Okay.
And as soon as he does that and lets the brake out, that front sail on the left side, you watch as the chains just start like unraveling because there's nothing stopping it now.
Oh, cool.
And he quickly like puts it back in, and it stops. And so the left side of that front thing is now a little more taut, but the right side chains are still disconnected from the boat. And that was his turn. Council.
I have nothing to do. So the chain that's disconnected, right? Is that from my perspective, would there be a way to get them connected again without some sort of tool?
Certainly like the one that just needs to be not soldered. What's the word again? Welded. Like that one, you could affix it to the ship somehow. Like you could even just tie it in a knot, essentially. I mean, they're thick chains, but you would still be able to manipulate it into some kind of way, because there is a railing all the way around the upper deck of the ship, so you could like tie it to that to serve as like a
Yeah.
makeshift for now. It wouldn't be
Um,
perfect, but it would be
my-
something.
My bolts are metal.
Okay.
Is there a loop on the deck where this chain is supposed to affix to? Could I put the chain through and then stick a bolt through the end of the chain so it doesn't like go through?
Make me an investigation check real quick.
Okay, so he's gonna run over and do that. Yeah, that's an 8.
Or perception, whatever you want.
Ooh, perception, much better. 13.
13, yeah, you can see on the outer side of the ship, basically right over where Felix is standing underneath, on the outside of the ship, there is a small loop, iron loop or metallic loop.
Okay.
That the chain would normally be affixed to.
I'm gonna grab the chain and then grab a bolt and stick the chain through the loop, stick the bolt in, and then bend the bolt.
Okay, make me a strength check.
Ooh. 17 plus 2, 19.
Nice. You do it. So you grab this chain, which thankfully it's not like flapping in the wind or anything like that. It's currently just on the deck of the ship. You're able to pick it up, drag it over to the side of the ship, take your bolt, and just kind of, loop it around like you're basically bending a golf club, but smaller.
All right.
Around this thing. Make me a survival check.
Survival. 12 plus 2, 14.
14. Okay.
Don't silently write things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard the pen click.
No, you didn't. Oh, this is from Bastion. I know it.
Yep.
That sound, man.
And is there anything else that needs rustic fixing?
So
fixing?
there is the other chain that is still loose.
Okay. Does it look like, not this turn, but does it look like I could do the same thing?
So this is one of the chains that goes traditionally into the gearing of the ship. So you'd have to like take it and like feed it through the hole, and then someone on the downside would have to like hook it up essentially.
Okay.
So it's not just a simple put it there, unless you wanted to like jam it into its spot and just hope that you don't have to turn ever.
Right. Yeah. He's gonna say, I can't shoot it. I'm gonna try and fix the ship. Be ready, Felix. And then, yeah.
All right. Wander. Your turn.
So I can't see where the worm is at all right now.
Correct.
Um,
Right now, there is no worm. You can feel the rumble like reverberating up through the ship, but that's it.
Okay. And so the worm was headed towards the ship and then slammed into the ship. Which
Mhm.
side?
From this. Oh, sorry. I guess I could show you the worm.
Oh, that's such a cool picture.
That's awesome.
It smashed into that side of the ship, so that would be this side of the ship, and then went down.
Okay. I shoot a lightning bolt. Another lightning bolt on the opposite side of the ship. That if the worm had kept trajectory.
Okay, so you go over to this side, and you're still flying in the air. Do you want to like go like over outside the ship, or do you want to stay over the ship?
No, sorry, this isn't me. This is lightning bolt. I'm just gonna call lightning again, kind of estimating where the worm might be and hope that I hit it.
And where are you? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, I'm just above the ship still.
Okay, so you're still hanging out back here
Mm-hmm.
in the vicinity of Revan?
Yep.
Okay. And you call lightning on this side of the ship?
Yep.
Okay. Make me your attack roll.
Okay. And to be clear, Wander is very uncomfortable and unhappy about the flying situation, despite being out of harm's way. If anyone is looking at him, he is super awkward.
That like new person in the parachuting place, like the iFly. You're just like,
Yes.
Exactly. So that was 19.
19. Okay. And what's the damage?
Well, it's a dex saving throw, and then 19 on a fail, and half that on a succeed.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, you summon a lightning bolt, and it pierces the sand. You don't know if it hit anything or not.
Yep.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Felix.
First I'm gonna shout, anyone with their hands free should come man the gun. And then hopefully someone hears that. Do I feel like I could get to them? I mean, I shout anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So where you are, you're down here next to this bowl. Oh, can you see my mouse?
no, but I
Dang.
see what you're talking about.
Okay. How about now?
No.
No.
Now.
But I think I know what you're talking about.
So you're standing down at the bottom of the stairs next to the
Yeah.
bowl. At the top of the stairs, there's just that like 5-foot opening, and then there's also 5 feet of grate next to that.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, you can communicate freely from below deck to above deck.
I'm gonna look around and see what else is amiss. I think from my earlier inspection, do I have an idea like those three things?
Below deck, why don't you make me another investigation check real quick?
17.
So 17. Looking up, you can see the two gears above you, and the front, the bottom half of the front gear that's poking through the deck. And you can see that, yeah, that right chain is still broken, the one that Council's planning on dealing with next turn. And you can see that when Sledge undid the brake, that from below, now that brake, it's not connected on one side. And the other side, it's on a badly damaged bolt now, since he wrenched on it. But that's as much as you can see is broken below deck. Below deck, there's really not a whole lot to see aside from the two sets of gears and the cannons and the bowl.
Can I see where that chain is supposed to go?
Yeah. So following directly to the right of where you are, because the gears are basically right above you, looking directly to the right, up in the corner, there is a hole that is maybe 6 inches wide, where that chain from the outside would feed through into this gearing.
Okay. And I probably heard Revan, or not Revan, Council through that hole.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait there.
Okay.
Can I see out of the cannon hole?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I'll basically just like ready in action for that chain to come down through, and am I able to like reach where it needs to be fed into, like the gearing?
So the ceiling down here, it's 10 feet high.
Oh.
So you probably wouldn't be able to reach it super easily. If there was, I mean, if you like climbed up on top of one of the cannons, or if you like had something else to stand on top,
What if-
you might be able to reach it.
What if I was large?
If you were large, you could reach it.
I cast Enlarge Reduce, making myself big.
Okay. You and the armor swell, and basically when you're done, you're like standing underneath the deck like this. You got a tall person
I'm like
standing
a
up in an
plumber
airplane.
now under the sink.
Yeah.
kind of lay on my back and ready to like.
Yeah, ready to pull on it. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay, Revan, your turn.
Quick question, because I haven't used these yet. So I have captain's actions, and do I have to expend an action point? Is it a bonus action? Is it one of my actions? Is it an additional type of action when I'm on a ship? How do those work?
It is an action, I believe.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I was on the other.
Well, you posted it in the chat between you and I. I looked back at it. It just said,
Yeah.
it just says an action, but I wanted to make sure if
Yeah,
it was
it's as an action. Yep.
Okay. So I am going to move near. Well, first I'm going to move the tentacle over by council.
It's following me.
Moving the tentacle over by council.
Yep.
Okay.
Right
like-
up next to him. Right there.
Okay, so on the edge of the ship. Okay.
Yep. And I can't hold an action for that, right? Because I can both move and attack with a bonus action, but can I hold?
Yeah.
its
So
attack?
no, since it's all part of the bonus action, you can't hold
Okay.
that.
Okay. So that'll be good for that. Then I'm going to fly over to the other side of council, but still above the deck
What's
there.
what's the speed on your fly?
60.
Okay. Yeah,
So I should have plenty.
Yeah, you're able to get there.
Okay. Sweet. And I'm going to use my take aim captain's action and yell, which that is that cannon will gain advantage on
Okay.
its next shot. And I'm going to yell out, "Fire the cannon! You're sure to hit it this time."
Yep.
And that'll be my turn.
Good stuff. Tizzle.
Seeing that people are working on repairing the ship and heeding Felix's warning, he's going to look around and see how he can help. So
See
what
how you
looks,
can help. Okay.
what looks broken?
Yeah, make me a perception or an investigation.
Perception. 17.
17.
Yeah.
Aside from the chain that is currently dangling from the front right sail, you can see that both the rear sail and the front sail have a number of holes in them. So if you had somewhere, or could think of some way to potentially patch those, that might help. But those aren't extremely detrimental. So it's either the chain or the holes.
And Council said he was going to basically feed the chain through next turn, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So he'll run over and try to do it.
You're going to try to feed the chain through?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make me a sleight of hand check. Because, well, grabbing the chain is not in itself difficult. You're able to go and get it just fine. And you bring it down to the bottom of the ship, or to the deck level of the ship, and you're trying to feed it through the hole. That's the difficult part.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's not that difficult, actually. You get it just fine.
And he yells.
Felix,
He
then
yells.
you
Yeah,
see the chain.
I was gonna say he yells to Felix, "It's coming down!" But if you can see it, then never mind.
Yeah, he sees as soon as you put it through the hole, he can see it now, like dangling in.
Cool. He fly. So this is like the main deck, right? Felix is below deck. Is there like an upper deck that also could be investigated for things that need to be fixed?
No, so looking at the ship, there's only the upper deck where the captain stands, the like mid deck where you guys are right now, and then there's the lower deck where Felix is, actually like below deck.
Got it. And where the captain stands is where Revan was. Where him and Wander were flying.
Yeah,
above.
where they were flying above the ship. Where Wander is still currently flying above the ship.
Got it. Okay. Tizal would probably fly downstairs,
Okay.
down below deck,
Okay.
and head toward the cannon, essentially. Figuring Felix would probably not be manning the cannon any longer.
Yeah. The first person who comes down, I tell them that only the left one works.
All right. That is your turn, Tizal.
Yep.
Worm's turn. I would like everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw except Revan and Wander.
14.
12.
Nat 1.
Uh-oh.
Both Jurgen and Sledge pass. As the rumbling intensifies, Sledge reaches out and grabs onto the railing of the side of the ship, and he grabs onto Jurgen and just basically braces for impact as the worm actually erupts up underneath this side of the ship.
Ooh.
Like directly underneath the edge of the ship. So the ship itself is basically like knocked onto a 45-degree angle just by the momentum of the worm coming straight up underneath it. What did people roll? I'm sorry.
14.
14, you're fine. That's right. Felix got a 1.
Is this Firebird Suite? This is amazing. Sorry.
This is the Firebird
It's
Suite.
one of my favorite pieces of classical music.
You're welcome. Tizal, what'd you roll?
You're muted.
You're muted. Oh, but I see your mouth. You said 12.
12 I did, yeah, sorry.
So both Tizal and Felix end up losing their balance. And it's actually because Felix basically falls on top of Tizal in his enlarged form and loses hold of the chain as he tumbles to the ground. So now the chain is again just kind of dangling loosely through this hole. You don't take any damage or anything, but you're both knocked prone. Whereas the ship
Stop hurting Bodie McBoatface.
takes some amount of damage. You see now, Felix, that bottom side of the boat on the other side from where you were has now also been kind of crumpled up a little bit from the bludgeoning force of the worm.
Boo.
This time, however, it emerges from the sand. And so now what you're seeing there is looming over the ship. And it's going to make a multi-attack.
Oh no.
I would like, let's see, who's standing there? Sledge, Jurgen,
The tentacle.
the Tentacle, Council, and Council's basically out of range.
How tall
He's
is
not
it?
out of range, but he's pretty close. Huh?
How tall is it? Are there flying people in range?
Coming out of the ground, it is towering over the ship. So it's at least 30 feet out of the sand. It's just going to make an attack at... that's the Tentacle, isn't it?
Yes.
It's going to make an attack at Sledge.
Oh no.
Let's see here.
Don't kill Sledge.
I don't know how it could miss.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's one of those
It's
creatures.
a 24 to hit. That does... Where's my... Ooh, roll poorly. Wow! That was not good for the worm.
That was great for us.
And Sledge must make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
You watch as this worm just bites down on top of Sledge and rears back up, and Sledge is no longer there.
Can Council
you
yell at
no
Jurgen
longer
from below
see
deck?
Sledge. Okay. And for its other attack, it's actually Tizal, pick high or low.
Low.
It's going to attack Felix.
Inside the ship?
Yeah, that's a 31 to hit.
Yeah,
Felix,
it hits.
yeah, you inside the ship, you see this stinger come up through the bottom of the ship and pierce through the bottom and through you and your armor.
Oh no.
You
He's
take-
below deck, just to confirm, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You take, that is 18 piercing damage,
We should fight
which
on
you
the
have
ship.
resistance to, right? You're
Yep.
welcome. And please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Or eject all of your innards.
That's obscene.
20.
What just happened?
Yes, I noticed.
I was making my pecs move in time to the music.
Sorry, what was your Constitution saving throw?
20.
20?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
You know you want to keep doing it.
I'm taking notes.
You take 21 points of poison damage on a success.
What? That's insane.
Oh no.
And that will be its turn.
Wait, what kind of was it poison?
Poison damage. 21
Okay,
poison
I'm gonna
damage.
use my reaction to do absorb element, so I can get resistance to poison.
That is a good call.
Wow.
Glad that was not Tizal.
That was... yeah, it was 43 poison damage.
That would have been a one shot on old Tizal.
Even after...
Ooh.
Oh, no,
Well,
no,
we
because you
haven't-
haven't
we haven't-
leveled up yet. Okay.
Correct.
Wow. Like level 8, you should have more than that.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
I told you I went to.
eight?
I told you I went to sleep.
You didn't get... you
We
didn't
haven't
get-
leveled
Wait,
up
wait.
yet. That means I don't get my feet. Damn
Nope.
it.
Yeah, you haven't leveled up yet, so all of your spell slots from last time are still gone. You don't have your feats, you don't have your HP.
Yep. Okay, I'm more afraid of this thing now.
Good.
Yeah.
That's the appropriate emotion that I wanted to elicit.
Before I was like, hey, this is pretty bad, but I can do
We
like
are
60
working on
damage around
fleeing
now.
from it.
Yeah, so that was its turn, and it is staying up out of the sand and still there. Sledge is going to do something. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. But Sledge did something.
Okay. Get him, Sledge. Punch his kidneys.
Meanwhile, Jurgen is just going to be staring up at the worm and screaming, "Sledge!"
I can only assume Sledge is working his way from the inside out, a la Dax and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So
Yes.
Certainly
Joke's on the
trying.
worm. It ingested the one thing that didn't provide nutrition.
I was gonna say, and doesn't need to breathe.
Right. Oh, so he's up there. And that's their turn. Council, go for it.
We just have to wait, and eventually he'll pass. And we'll just go collect him from the pile of worm poop.
Council is shooting this thing 3 times.
Sift through the worm poop to try and find Sledge.
There's just a big worm turd, and you just see the metal fist come out of it.
So Council is going to assume that this thing is immune to movement-based penalties. Like, I cannot use trip attack on it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a safe assumption.
Is it already prone?
He
He's
is
prone.
already prone. Yeah.
Okay. I'm making 3 ranged attacks. First one, 16 plus my attack bonus is 11, 27.
Hits. That hits.
Cool. That's a 6 plus 6, 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
Chunk. Shoot again.
Yeah, you shoot and you see this little pinprick of a bolt sticking out of this massive worm.
Woo! 24.
24 hits.
All right. It's very difficult for me to miss. 5 plus 6, 11.
11. Another one.
Another one. Last attack.
Bing.
My bonus.
Are you using the returning bolt for these?
Yeah, I'm using the enchantment from Felix.
So yeah, so each shot, it's like sticks in and then like dissipates back into your thing. Shot, dissipates, shot.
Yes. And that's 25.
That also hits.
And this is going to be a menacing attack. That's 10 damage. And when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can expend a superiority die. I can add the die to the damage, which is a d8. So it takes another 7.
So it's taking a total of what now?
17 from that third attack.
Okay.
And then it needs to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me until the next turn.
Cocked.
DC 16.
DC 16. It failed.
Yeah! Council is just trying to like rapidly fire in the same spot to create a little bit of pain. So it's like, owie.
Ow, stop.
So it is frightened of Council until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Don't actually know what frightened does.
I was just
It's
looking
really,
that up.
It's really good.
I think it needs to retreat. Take its full movement away from you, right?
It has
I
disadvantage.
don't think
No, that's fear.
it can't move toward you.
It has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and it can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Okay. And since Council doesn't really have a way to know if it worked or not, I'm not going to jump off the ship and run at it.
Okay.
So he's gonna move, kind of push Jurgen toward the opening in the deck and tell him to get below deck
He's gonna
and
push.
help fix the ship.
Okay. So it kind of pushes Jurgen that way. Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a hard push.
You're pushing him like all the way?
No, just like so he's less of a target for the worm, and like kind of the Council's get down,
Okay.
Mr. President. You know.
Oh, Mr. President. I love it. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Wander.
I throw the lightning again.
Do it.
This
Huh?
time it has something metallic in its stomach, so he should get an advantage. It's like a lightning rod.
Oh, it has to make a dex save. That's right.
Yep. And
Oh, but it
19.
has disadvantage because of council.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a 7.
That does not succeed. So
Alright, give me the
19
damage.
lightning damage.
19 lightning damage. That is an amount. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. You staying there? You moving?
I'm currently up in the airways. I'm gonna come down, not all the way onto the ship, but a little bit closer to the. That was like 60 feet in the air before, and I'm 10 feet in the air or something like that.
Okay, sounds good. You do that. Next is Felix. Felix, you are laying on the ground and you've been stabbed by a giant stinger.
Did Revan? Revan has not gone since Felix last got attacked.
Right. That happened on not Felix's turn. You go after Felix.
Yeah. Duh. Sorry.
It's okay.
Am
We
I
haven't
s-
played in a month and a half.
Right. Forgot to download
I s-
D&D.
I
Am I
forgot how to
s-
DM. You forgot how to play. It's fair.
What game is this?
Pathfinder.
Oh no.
We're gonna get real chunky with our combat here in a second.
This combat will take 3 sessions.
Is the stinger still there?
No.
Okay.
No, it stabbed through you and pulled down. But now you know that there's a hole in the ship.
Boo.
We're taking in sand.
Bail! Takes off his helmet, starts scooping up sand.
It's just spraying it in there. I stand up.
Okay, half your movement.
All right. I grab the chain
Alright, you grab the chain.
and I put it where it goes.
Alright, make me a sleight of hand check. Should make you do it with disadvantage because you're big and you have big dumb sausage fingers right now.
I'm
But I
good at
won't.
sleight of hand.
Alright, then do it at disadvantage then.
Oh.
He's used to having sausage fingers.
He's using that like hot dog fingers. Right now he's got like cheddar wurst fingers.
Oh no.
Okay, we got
They're juicy and everything. There's little bits of yellow pus coming out.
Okay.
Ew.
17.
17. All right. Yeah, you're able to find because your face is right next to the gears. Basically, like are able to take the chain and like feed it into it. At least get it started to a point where it's taut now.
Does it feel like it's gonna break loose if I let go of it, or
Make me a survival check.
me with the nat 1? The nat 1's tonight.
Nat 1.
Yep.
Yeah,
sure
it looks
one.
like it's not going to hang on that well.
All right. I hang on to it, and I say, "The chain's ready."
Okay.
I'm basically just gonna wait for it to do its thing.
Okay. Those of you on the front of on the top of the ship, so everybody who's not Tizal and Felix, you see now that both of the chains are in their places and the sail is where it should be, that front sail does the same thing where it like distends a little bit and then starts to glow and it gets translucent. That's your turn. Revan.
So do the sails... Does the ship seem seaworthy? Sandworthy?
How do you mean?
Like it could start moving?
Make me investigation check.
18.
18? Not yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna first. Is the worm still visible there? Right.
Is the worm still visible? Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move the tentacle 2 spots to the right,
Boop, boop.
and I am going to. It's going to try and attack
Slap the worm.
the worm. Yeah.
Slap at a worm.
A worm slapping a worm.
Oh man, 17 does not hit. You said.
17 does not hit. The tentacle again gives a sensual massage to you.
It actually gains health.
Yeah, it feels a little bit better.
It's like slapping something with spaghetti.
Oh, you got my a knot out. Thank you.
Advantage on next damage roll.
Yeah. Then.
Oh, Jack, it showed up, by the way.
Ooh.
Nice.
I am going to fire my Eldritch Blast and also yell, since he doesn't know the cannon doesn't work, fire the damn cannon! And, oh crap. 16 for the first one.
You're using your captain's action to tell
No,
him to
he
fire?
was just yelling that out.
Okay.
16 and a 17.
16, 17, both miss. You hit this thing dead center mass, and you just watch as it off of its. Looking at this thing, it definitely has like a hardened. It looks pseudo leathery, pseudo like almost rock or dirt. Like you're not exactly sure what this thing is made of. Like if it's actually fully flesh or not.
Okay.
But your attack's just kind of off of it.
I'm also going to move more central, still up above the deck, but more just to the right. No, just do to the right.
Right there?
Right there, yeah. But still above deck a little bit. And
Okay.
that will end my turn.
Okay. Tizal, your turn.
Tizal knows that the cannon beneath him, I guess to the left, if you're facing the front of the ship,
Yep.
is the only cannon that's operational. And it's currently pointed at the ground at a 45-degree angle.
What?
Didn't you say the worm hit the ship and knocked it over on a 45-degree angle?
It knocked it up. It settled back down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he hasn't tipped the ship over yet.
Okay. And
Yeah.
presumably we know that we could hear where the worm's attacking from, that he
Yes.
wouldn't be able to hit it with the cannon. That's what I'm trying to deduce.
From where it is attacking from, no, you wouldn't be able to hit it with a cannon.
Then Tizal would want to look around to see if there's anything else that needs to be fixed down here before heading up to attack.
Okay. Make me a perception check. / investigation, whichever you want.
That's not going to do it. 7.
7. The only thing you can see is, well, there's the cannon in front, which has the nothing going to it. You see the cannon to your right that's on its like tilted onto its side, and you see that the chain that like Felix is holding onto, it's not in the gears yet. Like it's kind of in there, but you see it's pretty shoddily slapped in there.
Got Bloodborne soundtrack now.
I was gonna say this
Heck
is
yeah.
Bloodborne, baby.
This is party wiping music.
I'm gonna
Yes.
turn this up.
He wouldn't assume the cannons would help it go, so he's going to go up.
Okay. Fly up through the hole.
Yeah, it takes. I have a thing that makes it so I only expend 5 feet of movement because I was prone.
Yep.
And then I want to fly up and I want to attack the
Monk,
worm.
Okay. And you're gonna punch the worm, you said?
Punch the worm.
Okay, go for it.
Punch into him.
16's gonna miss.
16 misses. You punch this thing, and man, it hurts.
18.
18 just hits.
Perfect. That's gonna be a D. God, how do you play this game? D6? No. Yeah, D6 plus Dex. Ooh, max damage. 11 damage.
Ooh.
And I'm going to burn a key point to do a stunning strike.
Okay.
It needs to make a constitution save at disadvantage.
At disadvantage because
It's frightened.
it's a Constitution save, yes?
Yes. Constitution
It does
save.
not have disadvantage on saving throws. It has disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, you're right.
That's right.
That's fine. Still worth trying.
All right. Well, for some reason, you feel like you hit this thing in a good spot and it should have done something to it, and it didn't.
Yeah, fair.
Worm just go, no.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to expend another key point and do Flurry of Blows.
All right.
2 more attacks.
All right.
13 plus 8, 22. 21.
22 hits.
And then another 16, which misses.
Yeah, misses, you're right.
And that's going to be 8 more damage. And I get a free disengage, so he's going to bail backwards, kind of toward the other side of. Yeah,
Okay.
just going to hang out. Keep surveying how he can help fix the ship, but he doesn't really know what else he can do. And he's actually going to yell out too, "What else can we do to fix the ship so we can go?" And that's his turn.
All right. Worm's turn. First thing it is going to do is attack Council.
With disadvantage. Doesn't really matter because I'm naked.
All right, so that's still a 25 to hit.
Ooh, barely.
All right.
So
Could.
the tentacle is going to. I'm going to use a reaction, and the tentacle is going to have this damage
Yeah.
and sacrifice itself.
All right. Still make me a
Bro.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm gonna get eaten. Oh no!
Don't make me have wasted a tentacle.
I've rolled like 3 20s tonight, and I get a 1 when it matters most. Okay.
So first you take 25 damage rounded down to 12 piercing damage
Okey-dokey.
as this creature just down on top of you.
The tentacle's now
And
gone, but I'm going to summon
The
an attack.
tentacle is gone, and
So
it rears back, and Council is also gone.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And
This is good.
it is going to make another attack against Felix. Dirty 20. Is that hit?
Yep.
Like just hits, right?
We have a Jack Sparrow moment. Stop putting holes in my ship.
So that is 17 piercing damage, and then make me a Constitution saving throw. And I'll start rolling die.
$21.
Man, you're lucky.
I mean, I have proficiency in Constitution saving throws.
Yeah. That is 23 poison damage on a success. That was 47 had you failed.
Oh my gosh.
23, so I'm gonna burn another spell slot and use Absorb Elements.
Okay.
And have
Have it.
that.
Okay. And then it is going to basically turn and burrow under the ship. And
No.
allow everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw. Who's still on the ship.
Except
Uh,
Council, right?
Yeah, Council, you don't have to. Tizal and Felix, if you would.
20.
Felix, you're perfectly fine. So you've learned this time. You kind of like brace yourselves against the wall and the ceiling. So when it goes back underground, you are able to come surfboard your way around. You're fine.
22.
You are also fine. You reach out and just grab hold of the railing.
I think the worm is just our new boat. Everyone climb aboard.
Get inside.
Yeah, just hop in. Water's fine.
I cast Harness Worm.
Sure.
I should have led with that one.
Yeah, you really should have.
Yeah.
This is an Iron Man moment. Like, you should have opened with that. Sledge is gonna try and do some things. You rolled a 2 and a 1. Sledge ain't doing nothing. And that's the worm's turn.
Cast Spew Ipecac.
Yeah, and so the worm is now, again, nowhere to be seen. Oh, and Council is with it. And Jurgen now, well, he was actually told by Council to run down, so he's just going to run downstairs. He's going to see Felix. And that will be his turn. Council.
I flex.
Uh-huh.
My mind is returned. My body is my own.
Am I going to attack?
Yeah. You can do whatever you'd like on your turn. What would you like to do? Yeah.
I start firing my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, I was picturing Council. He jumps onto the railing, jumps off the boat, and in the air starts reciting the lines for the book as fast as he can.
Yeah, buddy.
Eat me.
That would be the real Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. And then he comes and murders you guys on the boat.
Okay. Do I need to make an attack roll?
Yeah, you still do.
Okay. That's 16.
So you, from your point of view, you just saw this many toothed teethed thing munch down on you and basically swallow you whole. And as you are like sliding down its like jagged and serrated gullet,
Okay.
you load up your crossbow.
Okay, 27 to hit the first one. That's
27 hits. Yeah, sorry.
12 damage.
Okay.
That's 22.
That also hits.
Is its AC different on the inside?
3 plus 6 is 9 damage. And then I'm going to...
9.
So wait, since I'm inside of it and it can't move toward me, does that mean it's basically rooted?
No.
It's the end. It's not afraid anymore.
Well, it's not the end of my turn. It's still afraid of me.
But it's no longer you're no longer inside of it.
I am
You're
inside
of it.
Right. Yeah. I was just making a joke. Sorry.
Oh, it's out of sight.
He can't see you anymore.
See you.
He's not afraid of you if you're inside of him.
I have
He's just
goading
like, I'm
attack.
good.
He ate you.
I have goading attack.
Everything gone.
I can taunt it from the inside, right? No, I'm just gonna shoot.
I can only attack this thing inside of me.
He's just
Starts eating itself.
Nothing worse than being taunted by your insides.
Oh, that's great! Heck yeah! I had to double take. Friggin' sweet. Yeah, natural 20, and it's only times 2.
Nice.
Oh, and I rolled a 4. That's 10. So do I double the roll?
You double the roll and then add your modifiers.
Okay, so 8 plus 6, 14.
Okay.
Best crit. That's it. That's my attack.
Luckily enough, that was the best crit. And you can feel now, as you are beginning to slide down inside of this thing, something hard and metallic pushes up against you, and you and Sledge both get vomited out from this creature.
Oh, cool.
And you are now just left in the sand. Who knows how many feet down?
Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool.
Out of
Oh.
the fire, under the desert.
Neat.
You have to breathe.
Oh,
if
that
you're
was
in
actually
sand?
12, not 14. I'm sorry. I did the math.
How dare you?
Is being under
solid.
sand similar to being underwater, or not necessarily?
you are still suffocating, yes, if you are under
Oh, yeah.
under the ground.
Don't you remember when you were at the bottom of that pit?
Only dreams, only dreams.
Okay, yeah, that's I use my movement to. I mean, you can't move when you're buried. Move when you're buried in
sorry.
sand.
Technically, it has to make a Constitution saving throw to see if it throws you up.
Oh, okay.
It does not throw you up. You are still inside it.
Okay. So I'm
I
suffocating in
apologize.
juices rather than sand. That's fine.
I don't. You're blinded and restrained. So actually, technically, all of those attacks had to be at disadvantage as well.
Oh, I could reroll quickly. First one would have missed. Second one hits. Third one
Oh
hits.
my gosh. Okay.
So minus 10. Sorry for the first one.
Okay. So yeah, that is not quite enough damage to make it regurgitate.
Okay, that's my turn.
You did it! You retconned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did it. All right, and now it's no longer afraid of you.
Yes, it is no longer afraid of. I'm basically the burrito that it conquered.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of the noodles I just ate, so
Exactly. I'm a little afraid of what Taco Bell's gonna do to me after not having it for like a month and a half. Wander, it is your turn.
Do you strictly only eat Taco Bell on D&D nights?
No, but
Okay.
we just haven't had it in a while because
Okay.
there was like a month where we went there and they didn't have Baja Blast, and the Taco Bell's like the food has sucked, and so not having Baja Blast and having like a cold crap taco, like why do I come here?
Oh, gross. Yeah.
And so now I finally went back there today, and one, food was good, and the Baja Blast was delicious.
They had cycled through their entire staff. So
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
just,
all
it's
the-
just a
all-
new crew.
The previous stoners got let go. The new
Yeah.
stoners haven't worked there long enough to know that they can be stoned and work there.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm gonna go grab a quick dinner. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Did you say speaking of?
Yeah, Alex is gonna go
He's-
get high
he's-
real quick.
Yeah, he's gonna take a huge
He's
bong.
high right
I
now.
know,
and he
getting
got
high
lunch
while
and he-
working.
Do we want to just do a bio break?
Yeah, we can take a bio break and
Yeah.
then come back to
Okay.
Wander's turn. Okay, cool.
Alright.
See you guys in a couple minutes.
sounds good.
Everybody's gone.
I'm not gone.
Oh, hi.
That when it was just one set of footprints, Alex,
Mm-hmm.
right here. It was then that I carried you.
It's funny, I had a random thought again just yesterday. When I went to go pick up the soundbar from you. Thank you again, by the way, for that. That was great.
Mhm.
I had like my brain had forgotten that you were like almost twice my height. I know it's an exaggeration, but I hadn't seen you in so long that when I walked up, like, holy crap, yeah, I forgot how massive of a man Adam is. It was funny. It was almost like nostalgic presence because I remember that from like our stand-ups and walking to lunch and stuff. Yeah, it was funny.
I'm a big guy.
You are a tall man. I am 5'6".
Yeah, I mean, I'm nearly double your height,
Yeah, you're like what, 11 foot exactly?
give or take an inch or a few.
uh, so how's work?
It's fine.
Fine, it just exists.
I don't hate my job, which is like that's all I really care about right now, and the work-life balance is great. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel the same way. I do like maybe 3 hours of work a day, and yeah,
yeah.
get lots of praise. People love the things I do. Deliver ahead of time, but not taking on more work. So that's great.
Yeah. Unless I mean, I'm not looking for anything, so unless a magical solution presents itself directly to me,
Or like a
hang out.
$400,000 a year job pops up.
That was just bananas. And like I said, I'm not at all
Total
surprised.
compensation. That wasn't just the
Still.
money, though.
Right? Yeah, but even the base was 200K.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
That's obscene.
I'm not discounting that it was a lot of money. Just,
Yeah.
it wasn't $500,000 money.
Yeah. And they pay out their bonus and their stock options monthly, not yearly.
Jeez.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, working at Amazon corporate. I mean, it's a horrible company, but it must be very cushy.
Well, but from what I understand, or let me say that differently. From things I have seen online, you are expected to work unbelievably long hours. And like I said, that was going to be the one thing that I was going to say, like, hey, if had something been offered to me, like, this interests me, but I need to be very, very clear. I am no longer looking for an unbalanced life work scenario.
Right.
I spent years doing that. It was unpleasant. And if you need someone to work more than 40 hours a week, I'm not the person. I would have found a better way to put that. But
Right.
essentially, like, yeah, if you need somebody working 50, 60 hours a week, not your guy.
Yeah, one of my buddies recently started looking again because he's been working 12-hour days, like almost every day. And I'm like,
No.
he's like, but the pay is good. I said, dude, don't do your hourly pay based on your 12 hours a day, not 8 hours, and see how much
Mhm.
that goes down.
Yeah.
And he was making way, way less.
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he's working a day and a half in a day.
Right, exactly.
The potential that there's now a chance I might only have to work 4 days a week at 32 hours expected is just so amazing. Our Scotland office starts in just a few weeks with the program, and as long as it goes well, the supposed thing is we'll roll it out to our other locations.
Every other country that's tried that has shown higher productivity. I don't see the US doing it anytime soon because if they can't adjust minimum wage, they're not going to shorten the work week. But yeah, if it does a company on company basis,
Well, and I don't think it works for a job that you pay someone hourly for. It works for a salaried position with
Right,
something
right.
like delivering software.
Right.
There are a lot of jobs and industries where it just wouldn't work. Like manufacturing would never work. You need
Right.
hours in a day to perform manufacturing or food
Which
service.
you could schedule people to only work 4 days a week and kind of have the overlap,
Sure,
Just hire a
sure.
lot more people. Yeah.
Right.
Right. The idea with software development is that you can still output, and this has been proven in a couple scenarios, that you can still do the same amount of output in less hours because it forces people to work smarter.
Yep.
There's not time to
And no one works on
dilly-dally.
Fridays anyway.
Hey, Friday
Tequila
afternoons
Fridays?
are
How
a
dare
joke
you?
at our company.
Yeah.
People, so many people have all Friday afternoon after lunch blocked at our company. They just block it off.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get in contact with anyone at HR Acuity on a Friday afternoon is impossible. It's ridiculous. Even the CEO, she's like, "Yeah, no one works on Friday." That's why she said during my onboarding, because I met with her in my interview. She's like, "Yeah, we get the first Friday of every month off, but it doesn't really matter because everyone stops working on Friday anyway." I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
You get the first Friday of every month off?
Yeah.
That's super cool. You probably said that. I just don't remember it. That's very cool.
It's nice to have it on paper, but it doesn't really mean anything.
What do you mean?
Well, no one works on Fridays.
Sure.
Right.
But if you wanted to not log in at all for the day and be away on vacation or something and not have your computer, it gives you that advantage.
Yeah, it is nice. It's definitely a really good perk.
Just remember that we are still streaming technically right now.
Cool. Hi, Crystal. Hope you're well.
I don't think that anyone from your guys' companies are watching my stream, but technically it's possible they could.
I haven't seen
Someone from Canada is watching right now. That would be weird.
We could have somebody from Canada watching.
No, canon.
Oh, I see.
It would just be weird. And I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay with someone from Canon watching. Definitely not okay with someone from Canada watching. Just to be
Oh,
clear.
hell no. Yeah, let's be clear.
Yeah.
I want their TV. That's it.
You want their TV?
Oh, their sitcoms.
A lot of my favorite shows come
Letterkenny?
from Canada. Letterkenny, Schitt's Creek.
And the list stops there.
I saw a funny graph that showed the homicide rates in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. And Canada's line on the graph was just almost perfectly straight for the last 20 years. Like the homicide rates haven't gone up and they haven't gone down. And the top comment made me laugh because it said, "Canada, we will kill this many people per year. No more, no less."
They have quotas for that kind of thing. All right, everybody, get it out of your system. All right, now we're done. Also, Alex,
the Canadian
Crystal
purge.
says hi. Because
so, girl, how you doing?
Don't hit on my wife. She my pretty. Anyway, on that note.
He muted himself in anger.
Are we ready to jump back in?
Yeah.
Is Rosa gonna control this all?
Well, she certainly controls his house, so why not another part of my life?
Yep, makes sense.
Oh, shots fired.
Sensing some minor aggression there.
Let's pick up with Wander. It's your turn.
Okay. Wander continues to hover a little bit above deck where he is and just hollers out, does anyone need help with anything? I can't seem to attack the worm when it's under the sand. And then holds in action until anyone asks for assistance.
Felix, your turn. Excuse me.
So now that the chain has been pulled taut,
do
I feel like it's going to hold?
You're still basically holding it in place. And actually, when the worm jostled against the ship and kind of knocked everything around, it it moved slightly, so it's no longer wedged in the gears like it's supposed to be.
All right, I try to put it back.
Okay. Yeah, make me that sleight of hand check again.
That is 15 plus 4 plus 3. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah, you jam it in there. Give me a survival check. What is up with this? Like, this is good desert music, but... Come on, Spotify, do better.
Survival.
You've
is
never
what?
danced an Irish jig with a sandworm?
Oh, no, but I have danced to this one.
14. Oh, nice.
14, you said?
Yep.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing on your turn? That it.
So it's jammed in there again?
Yeah, now looking at it, it's pretty firmly jammed in there.
Okay. I will go above deck.
Are you gonna shrink down to do that?
Yeah, I'll end the spell effect.
Okay. You shrink down and you then run past Jurgen, who just came downstairs.
I'll tell
make
him
your way
the left cannon's the only one working.
He's just kind of, all right.
And I will also put up my little force field barrier as a bonus action.
Okay.
And that will be it.
Okay. Revan, it's your turn.
Is the worm currently visible?
No. After it burrowed down, you can't see it right now.
Well, I'll start by summoning a new tentacle, Grasp of the Deep.
Okay. Where at?
Excuse me.
Where do you want to jam?
Well, let's put him up next to Tizal. Is Tizal fine?
He is.
Other side. Right there, yeah.
No, he's not flying. He had to make a deck save, so no.
Left side of him.
Left side of him?
Yes, please.
Okie doke.
Sweet. Okay, and then I'm going to move down 5 feet.
Okay.
And I would like to hold an action, I'll hold an attack, Eldritch Blast, until the worm shows itself.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
I can't. Stop. Sounds better. Okay. Tizal, your turn.
I mean, the only thing that stands out that can be repaired outside of like reconnecting the cannons beneath, I think you said, was the sails on the back side. Of the
so the front sail has a couple smaller holes near the bottom, and the back sail, the bigger sail, has a large hole near the top.
Okay, I'll probably go try to patch up the large hole in the back sail.
Okay. What are you going to use to do that?
I do have some arrows for my short bow, so I figured I could like try to like basically pull the two sides together and like
pin it.
Yeah, like kind of
Safety
pin it.
pin it.
Yeah, kind of safety pinning a little bit, or like inverting like sticking it down through in the crease, and then just
Sure.
like iterating through and like literally trying to like stitch it up with arrows.
Yeah. Okay. I'll allow it. Make me a survival check.
Now that I can do. 15 plus 7, 22.
22. Yeah, you're able to do it. This fabric that the sails are made of is stretchy enough that you're able to like pull them together, just like you said, and basically like hold it placed with your beak, fish out one of your arrows, and then just like kind of fish it back and forth in between, so that when it's trying to pull apart, it's got that arrow in the middle that's basically stitched it together. You like put 1 or 2 in there for good measure, or 2 or 3 in there for good measure. Make me another survival check.
Sure. Ooh, 10.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
No. Hang out.
Okay. Then it's the worm's turn. Worm is going to pop up back on this side of the ship. I'd like everybody who's on the ship to make me a dexterity saving throw. I believe that's just Felix and Jurgen.
$18.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You watch as this right cannon, or the top cannon, shoots off an ice chunk. And you just hear Jurgen from downstairs go, "Sorry!"
The right cannon?
The right cannon.
Oh. Maybe that does work. It's shot off with advantage, by the way.
I was gonna say it's gonna advantage.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's connected, isn't it? Just pointing
Yeah.
at the wrong angle. It's just like up and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, the frayed cables was the front one.
Yep.
The one that was loose, I didn't want to try it because
If you shoot at the cannon,
a loose cannon is that's where that saying comes from. It is one of the most dangerous things on a ship.
for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yep.
So Jurgen's dead?
He's alive enough to say sorry.
Yeah, we don't know how these cannons work, so maybe they don't have significant force backwards.
Okay. Yeah, and it's gonna pop up. And let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tizal. That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Pizza.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
It's gonna be 16.
All right. Hold on. Just a sec.
I do have evasion.
That will not save you. First, you take 25 points of piercing damage.
Sure.
And then you fail the saving throw. You are swallowed. You are blinded and restrained. Oh.
Why am I
man.
that stuff?
Well,
We take digestion damage, don't we?
Maybe.
And there's a whole party going on inside this worm. I feel like Revan's missing out.
Join us.
Council and Sledge, you both take 18 points of acid damage.
Ooch.
You don't, Tizal, yet.
Sweet.
And you Hold on. Okay. Right? Yeah. You then hear from below deck Jurgen scream out. And then silence.
What was that?
Oh no!
You like cut out as you did that.
Yeah, you cut out the second you.
I hope Jurgen's not dead.
He got
Dinger.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's make him make his Constitution saving throw.
I'm not supposed to feed.
You don't hear Jurgen anymore. And Worm is going to stay up. That being Sled, it is Sledge's turn.
Do I get my held action since the worm made himself appear, or get to use my held action?
Oh, yes, you do for your Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Yep.
Be right back.
Ready?
Maybe he kills it before it killed Jurgen.
Maybe.
14 and 19. I know the 14 misses. About 19.
19 hits.
Finally. And
You recognize this, Jack?
ooh, 15 damage. And
15?
I'm gonna knock him prone.
You do.
Yeah.
You
sweet.
tuck him in.
Now he's laying down.
Yep.
I mean, this one also sounds like a Souls track, but I can't put my thumb on where it's from.
Oh, you have until the end of it to figure it out. You've still got another 3 minutes. All right.
Would,
Else, Erwin? Or is that it? Oh, that was your held action. So it's Sledge's turn.
would Wander also be able to use his held action now that the worm has appeared?
Did you hold your action as well?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I will hit it with lightning, dex save, 13 damage total.
Lightning, dex save. What's the dex save?
It is against 15.
It got a 17. It got a natural 19, and it has -2.
Fair enough.
This is one freaking dexterous worm.
Seriously.
What was the total damage? Sorry?
13, so half to 6.
6. Okay. I'm just trying to look up the rules on held actions. Because I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's legit or not. That's what I was asking.
What was it? The call lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is. I'm going to allow it.
Because
But
as
I
an
just-
action, you do it, right?
Well, right. The thing I'm trying to remember is if you hold an attack or if you hold an action.
Yeah. I think you can cast a spell, but I don't know if that counts as...
Well, it's called readying
it's
an
readying.
action, right? No, no.
Sometimes you want to do so, you can take the ready action on your turn, which lets you act using your reaction before the start of your next turn. So what you're doing is you're using your reaction to use that action. And it's an action, not an attack.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, both of those things are fine.
Okay. Interesting.
When you ready a spell, you cast it as normal, but hold its energy, which you release with your reaction when the trigger occurs.
Gotcha. Okay.
If your
you hold it too long,
concentration is broken,
still-
the spell fades without taking effect.
and if you hold it too long, you eventually explode.
True.
It's a knife's edge.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
definitely another Bloodborne track, but I don't know what... Or is it not?
You
Oh my gosh.
got like 10 more seconds of silence. Figure it out. That was his turn. Sledge's turn. Sorry. Sledge. It's useless inside this thing. Roll a 5 and a 4. You're good. Okay, Council, your turn.
I shoot it.
You shoot the beast.
I shoot the creature.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill the turtle worm. 19.
19 hits.
Woo!
That's with disadvantage
Oh,
because you are blinded.
no. Much higher. So yes, that is with disadvantage. Oh, poop. 9
9 damage.
for the first shot.
Okay.
That's a 10 disadvantage. That's a 7 plus 11, 18.
18 just hits.
Woo! That's a 6 plus 6, 12.
Okay.
And a 3 plus 11,
That
14.
does not hit.
Poop. Okay, I miss inside the worm. Does that mean I shoot outside of its mouth? It's like, pew.
Nah, you shoot and it just doesn't pierce.
Yeah.
You like hit one of the stony bits inside of it.
Okay. And then I... Yeah. Yeah, things aren't dire enough at this point. Can I make a movement to unlock the latch on his journal holder?
I'll allow it.
He's not opening it. He's just removing like a little thing, just in case.
Sure.
Read the journal. Read the journal.
All right, yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Is the journal
Wander.
in Braille?
All right, I can see the worm. I fire another lightning bolt. Or call more
Alright.
lightning.
Call that lightning. Say hello to it.
15 dex save.
15. It rolled a 15, but it's got that -2, so 13. It failed.
Nice. So yeah, 15 lightning damage.
15 lightning damage. Brings it down to that. Okay.
And then have we seen the worm pluck anyone from the air, or is it just eating people on the ship?
Not yet, you have not.
Okay.
So far, it has only eaten people from the ship.
Okay, so Wander goes back. Wander was about 10 feet in the air. He goes back to about 60 feet in the air. And an
Okay.
attempt to stay out of range of the worm.
Okay. Sounds good. Felix. Yo turn.
Is the brake still on?
On the front of the
boat?
ship?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go undo it
Okay.
and yell at who's up by the helm?
That's Wander, who just flew 60 feet up in the air.
All right. I'm gonna tell Revan, grab the helm, and then I'll throw the or flip the brake off,
Okay.
and then does that count as an action? Can I go punch the worm?
No, it counts as your action to run
Alright.
up there and do that. So you run up, grab the brake, slam it backwards to disengage it. And all of you feel now, with the sails fully distended, that it suddenly lurches forward. It's not quite ready to the point where it can lift off yet or go anywhere, but it moves, it picks up out of the sand and then settles down about 60 feet forward.
What was the song?
It was Dark Souls 3.
Oh,
Slave Knight Gale. Or
I
Gael.
played through that once, so not as familiar with the OST.
Game. That's Revan.
So when the brake was released, what happened?
What do you mean?
Did the ship lurch? Did it start to move? Did
I literally
any-
just spent like a minute telling you guys that it lurched forward about 60 feet. Yeah. It picked up out of the sand for just a second and then slammed back down.
Oh, it lifted up. Okay. Okay.
And that's not fair. It was maybe 30 seconds I spent explaining it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move towards. I'm gonna fly towards the helm.
Oh, and yeah, I guess actually you and Wander would be back like here because you're flying above
'Cause
the
we're-
ship.
Sure. So I'll move back towards the helm.
Okay. Oh,
And
teenagers are here.
what's that?
Did you guys not hear the car revving outside?
Oh no.
There's some teenagers that live on this street that have a couple of ricers and some big souped up trucks, and they love to come here and just rev engines right around 8 o'clock at night.
That would drive
They've-
me nuts.
They've removed their mufflers.
It's great.
Or added the big
I love
fat
it.
Ones.
Makes the
Big
car
fruit shooters.
faster.
Right after you put the kids to bed. My favorite.
Okay. Grabbing the helm. Am I able to steer the ship?
If you go to steer the ship, when you try to turn, it's locked. Make me a perception check.
8.
8.
Yeah.
You had to fly over it to get there. The brake that is like right behind you is still engaged.
I forgot all about that. Can I attempt to disengage that brake?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, turning around, this brake is fully functional still, so you just turn around,
Oh.
yank it out of place, and then the car can freely move. And then reaching back to the front of the ship, you're able to turn it.
Sweet. And it has forward momentum?
At this point, no, it does not.
Does the ship actually turning the wheel?
No. When you
Okay.
turn the wheel, the chains on one side of the ship are loosened and tightened on the other side, so the sails are actually turning.
Yep, that makes sense. All right. Have I used my action at this point to do what I've done, or do I still have an action?
You'd say you used your bonus action. Oh, well, actually, I made Felix use his action to undo the other break, so yeah, you did.
Okay. Then I will use my bonus action to move the tentacle towards me, right below me.
Right there.
One more down to the edge of the ship.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna fly up. I don't know, what did I take, about 30 feet to get where I'm at right now?
Yeah, you're like there.
So I'll go up another 30, yeah, just to
Okay.
move out of the way, and I will end my turn there.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Fly 30 feet up into the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Tizal, it is your turn. You are blinded and restrained inside.
I mean, I don't get double disadvantage, right?
It's true, you don't.
I punch out the worm from the inside.
Do it.
Well, that's going to be a 12. So the first attack misses.
Doesn't hit.
Another 12.
Also doesn't hit.
Let's spend the key point to do flurry. Oh wait, no, I don't think I can, huh? Don't I gotta land a hit? I think I gotta land a hit to do flurry of blows.
I don't think so.
Oh no! Immediately after you take the attack action, not after hitting. So, all right, I'm gonna burn a key point. Do flurry of blows.
Okay.
It's gonna
But
be a
you've
natural.
used 4 key points now?
Yes.
Okay. You say natural 20?
No, a natural 1 actually.
Oh, natural 1.
I've used 5 key points.
Okay.
Okay, every single one missed.
Cool.
Yeah, no, great.
How many key points did that cost to make you miss everyone?
What?
Was that
only
an
one.
extra move? I was trying to be funny.
One.
Never mind. That didn't
Oh.
work.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
I'll
This all just
go
starts
back
like
and-
panic flailing inside of this thing.
That definitely tracks.
Okay.
There must be some deep evolutionary fear of a bird inside of a snake's mouth right now.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it is Defirm's turn.
It uses the digest ability.
You each take 25 points of acid damage.
Good night.
Oh no.
Oh,
How much HP did I gain from leveling up? 12. Okay.
We haven't leveled yet.
I know. I'm
and
saying like I'm reducing that from my total.
now seeing that the ship has moved, the worm is going to basically dive back down to catch up with the ship and slam into it. Felix, if you would make me a dexterity saving throw.
12.
This is not good battlefield music. 12? You just pass.
Whew.
So worm basically comes up, nudges the back left side of the ship.
Yeah, give us
And-
a push.
Yeah, you catch onto the brake is basically what stops you from falling. And actually, in that downward momentum, you spin. You put some of your weight onto that front cog in front of you, and that pulls in both sides of the chain at once. And so the top of the front sail actually like tilts back a little way, so it's not just like straight up and down, it's more at an angle. And the ship does actually lurch off of the ground once again with that
All right.
nudge and with the
right.
angle of the sails. It moves again. And yeah, wanders back up off of the map. And now that the ship is out of its reach, it can't actually. Well, what's its movement?
7.
No.
I tried.
It'll catch back up a little ways, but it doesn't catch up fully. And it's basically like it's dove back under, but you can it's that like just below the surface that it was doing before, so you can see where it is, even if you can't see it. That'll be the worm's turn. Sledge inside. You are worthless, kid. Okay, lands one punch.
Does he cast kill massive worm with that punch by chance?
There we go. No, but he does 11 damage.
Wee.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Ow. Oh, technically he was supposed to make that attack at disadvantage, so hold on, let's see. Yeah, he hit it. Yeah. Okay.
Wee.
Yeah, so he hit it for 11 damage. 11 bludgeoning damage. And that's it. You again? Council.
I shoot.
You're inside the beast.
26. Oh, that's not
26
disadvantage.
at disadvantage?
Yes, and disadvantage. Wow, I got a 16 and a 19.
Yeah, so that hits.
5 plus 6
what is
is
this? Give
11.
me some freaking hard music. Sorry.
Oh, nat 20, but I have to roll a disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. What was the first damage?
11.
11.
I rolled a 20 and then a 7, so 18.
18 hits.
8 damage. Woo! 5d20. And then, oh man, got another 20 and then a 12, 23.
That still hits.
Yeah.
If you could.
For 10.
For 10? Are you serious?
Yeah. 4 plus 6 is 10.
So, some of the mechanics behind this thing, if you do more than 30 damage in a turn, it makes it gag. You did 29 damage.
Oh no.
What about Sledge?
It's
Inspiration.
in a turn,
Ugh.
not in a round.
I could, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, I could try menacing. I could expend a superiority die.
I mean,
Does
it
that
just
do
adds
extra
to the-
damage?
Yeah, I could
does,
roll a
the
d8.
superiority. You should be doing that, yeah.
Yeah, I will absolutely allow this.
I rolled a
meta pigeon.
1, so 1 damage bonus.
That's enough.
That's 30.
Okay, and it's afraid of me until the end of my next
One
turn.
needs to.
Oh no,
succeed.
it has to
It
make a
needs to
save.
make-
Sorry.
So it needs to make a wisdom save against you.
Mhm.
It
60.
fails.
Yeah.
I
Got
love the
a 10.
I love the image of it vomiting you out and seeing you in midair. It goes, oh,
And then it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm
Is
sure
that
it's
a
got like a
check?
plus 12 or something. Oh no! I'm still inside, aren't
I
I?
rolled a natural 20.
Guys, I'm
So-
trying.
Everything stays inside.
It's still afraid though, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It is afraid of whatever is inside of it.
It's got some serious heartburn right now.
Heartburn. Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Okay.
Starts chugging some Pepto Bismol.
That was your turn, Council?
Yep, that was my turn. Can I
Wonder.
use my movement? I'm just kidding.
No, you cannot. You are restrained.
Okay, is this a beast?
No.
Okay. Would have been nice.
Probably a monstrosity.
Yeah.
It is a monstrosity.
Yeah. I don't have a dominate monstrosity spell
You get one.
prepared.
Useful for my axe.
Hey-oh!
Ooh,
Got him.
I will. So how far the ship lurched twice in 6 seconds and is over 60 feet away from me now?
Yes.
Okay. I will use all of my flying movement in this new flying ability that Wander is unfamiliar with and try and get his butt back to the ship.
So it's 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to about there.
Oh, good. And I will hold. After having read I will ready my call lightning, and as soon as I see the worm, I will release my call lightning on the worm.
Okay. Perfect. Felix.
So we move in, but I can't see this thing. It's
You
under
can see the
sand.
mound that it's creating. But it's not
Purpose of
above ground.
Spells, I can't see it.
Right. If it's an area of effect, you could hit the area of where it is, but that's it.
Okay. I will ready. I can just ready a spell,
Yeah.
and as soon as I see it,
As long as the casting time is 1 action or less.
it's 1 action. I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast Enlarge Reduce on it.
On the worm?
on the worm. And I'm gonna get up towards on the like upper deck and do that.
Council is very concerned. You're gonna get on the upper deck. You're gonna do an upper
Yeah.
decker on this.
Yeah.
Tw-
Okay, it'll
25.
get
That's your
small,
modifier.
and you guys will stay the same size, and just
Well, yeah, yeah.
I love this. Okay. And that's your action?
yeah.
Ramen.
All right. I am going to grab the helm again.
Okay.
Shoot. Actually, I'm not going to grab the helm. I'm going to stay where I'm at and attempt to shoot. I'm going to use my Eldritch Blast and attempt to shoot the mound.
Okay.
Oh,
Go for it.
a dirty 20 and a 24.
Nice. Hits.
So, first one is 14. Second one is 10.
You said 14 and 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is force damage too. I don't know if that matters, but the Eldritch Blast.
Not particularly.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Anything else?
no.
Okay.
That's it.
It's all. Make me a death saving throw. What'd you roll?
7.
Okay. As long as it's not a 1.
I thought you were going to say 1.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
about to take damage though.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you failed that one. If that wasn't obvious. Worm.
Are you trying to figure out how not to kill Tizzle right now?
Kill him.
No, I'm trying. Nah. Worm is going to hit ship. Make me a dex saving throw, Felix. And Revan? Or Revan, you're flying. You're flying.
Did it show up first?
Yes, it does. Sorry, yeah, it pops out of the sand.
So I cast Enlarge Reduce on it.
Okay. And does it get a saving throw or anything?
Yeah, Constitution.
Ooh, that is not a good
Yeah,
thing.
I know it's not good.
And what's the DC? 15?
Was it 8 plus my casting?
Spellcast modifier plus your proficiency, I think.
16.
16.
Probably is like plus 10 or 12 or
It
something.
rolled a 4.
But
So
if it's
does
got
it
a plus
fail?
12,
Oh, it fails. Yeah, it fails.
Oh,
Okay.
It's like it's got a plus 6.
So
But it fails,
it's, I reduce it. It's half its size.
Okay.
doesn't it go one size category smaller?
Yeah,
It goes
that's
one
right.
category smaller?
Yep.
Okay, so it goes from a
It also
gargantuan.
it says
So everything inside of it shrinks?
No.
it says halved in all dimensions. It does say that it goes down one size category, so I don't know how that really works.
Yeah, so it went from gargantuan to just giant now.
Oh no.
It has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws,
Okay.
and its attacks do 1d4 less damage.
All right. So when it shrinks down, a couple things happen. First, you watch as it breaks up out of the sand to smash into the boat. Oh, which Wander, you also get your attack.
You're muted in front of us.
Which it fails the DC. It
21
goes-
lightning damage.
Okay. Goes to hit against the boat. And you see basically like it shrinks in place of where it is, so like its back end like catches up to it, and it doesn't hit the boat with nearly as much momentum as it normally would. So Felix, even standing on the boat, like it's no more than just like being at sea, basically. It was a moderate wave, nothing to knock you off your feet.
So no dex save throw.
For what?
Do I
Oh
still
yeah,
make
not for
the
you.
saving
Not for
throw?
you. No.
Good, because I rolled a 1.
Well, in that case.
Get it out of the way.
You fall off and die.
Oh no!
You are right next to the railing.
The safety
when it-
railing. I'm
When
holding
it
on to
shrinks in size, it also gags on the stuff that's inside of it, because now that stuff takes up a lot more space. And it failed that. So now, Council, you feel a metal object crash against you from behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are slapped against a unconscious bird friend and forcefully ejected from this creature out onto the sand.
Okay.
stepping on a
I
tube
would
of
like
Go-Gurt.
you, Council,
Okay.
to make me a dexterity saving throw.
You that's a 7 plus 5. 12.
Okay, DC was 12.
Ooh.
As you are slapped by this metallic friend,
Mm-hmm.
you notice the journal starts to slip off of your waist.
Ooh.
And you reach out and grab onto it before you are ejected from the creature.
Okay.
And so you come out with it just clutched in your hands.
Okay. Not my turn, but I immediately put it away and lock it.
And you are now all on the ground next to Tizal. This worm then gets smashed by this bolt of lightning from above and just immediately disappears. It just burrows back under the ground. It wants nothing to do with this. And you feel that fading rumble as it is definitely going away from you.
Okay. Thanks for saving our lives, Felix.
I turn around to Revan and looks like they're gone. We should just keep going.
I don't normally expect that joke from Jax. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Revan uses the captain's action full speed ahead, and we do that.
We're actually
1d6 times 5 to the.
We're actually under the
ship.
boat, so we just get pasted.
Yeah, the worm gave it just enough momentum to lift up and then just crayon smear them.
It was all part of the strategy. We just filled enough of us up with us.
Yeah.
And then we shrunk it.
Think outside the box.
To give it a really bad tummy ache.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
So are you guys above the sand after he threw you up? You're
Yes,
on top of the
because
sand or
it
in
came
the sand?
out of the sand.
And then threw up.
Yeah, it got made
Yeah,
small, smashed into the boat, barfed them up, got hit by lightning, and burrowed away. It had a
I'm gonna try
real
and-
bad 6 seconds.
We're out of combat now.
You are out of combat now.
I'm gonna try and stabilize
Hit the brake.
Felix.
Felix actually says
I mean,
that.
Tizal, sorry.
Hit the brake. Oh yeah, so you guys are left on the sand as now the boat is like starting to kind of drift away in the sand. But
And I
then
run up and
Felix,
hit the other. I hit the other brake too.
okay,
Yeah, I drop down to Tizal and cast Cure Wounds.
okay.
Yeah, and I go to the lower deck to check
In
on our shish kebab friend.
okay, in the 6 seconds that pass, Tizal, make me a death saving throw,
Ooh. Don't roll one.
or Wander can get down to you.
I did roll a 1, but 2 1s on 11.
Oh.
You rolled up. Why did you roll twice? I rolled with advantage. I gave it to myself, and I still rolled ones. I'm dead.
I'm extra dead. I have 5 death saves.
Yeah. So you make your death save. Wander, you get down to him.
7
And-
HP.
7 HP. Stabilizes Tizal.
That was so cool. And he falls back down.
Felix, you go downstairs and check on Jurgen. And he is definitely unconscious. But he's not dead.
Cure wounds.
Okay. Cure wounds on him.
Yep.
You you basically inject him with your little homunculus.
Yep.
And it like that, stabbing somebody with an EpiPen or something like that. Or like a shot of adrenaline in the heart. He's just like
As if he was wanted to get stung again.
Yeah. What
So
happened?
13. The worm is gone. I think everyone's okay.
It was a worm.
A big one. We got the ship
Shoot.
free.
What?
And we're just collecting everyone else, and we'll be on our way. You get rest.
Is Sledge okay?
I think so.
All right. Tell him I'm fine. He didn't get up off the ground. He just stays laying there in a puddle next to the
With
bowl.
that puff of his cigar, he leaves. Felix leaves.
And when you go downstairs, you see that cannon, when it went off, it definitely shot across the boat.
God.
And, like, it is now over against the other cannon. It didn't damage anything, thankfully, but it's not in its place.
Council's gonna remove the alchemite from the bowl and give it back.
I was
to
about
Felix.
to say, yeah. Before I go, I'll take. Is the alchemite still glowing?
It is still glowing.
Good. I really didn't want to use up that alchemite.
3 efficient cannons.
It
You
is.
shot 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is glowing. It's glowing fainter than it was before, but it is glowing.
All right.
So you get the impression that it's not an infinite gun.
Yeah. We'll just put green alchemite in and shoot our party. That's all, right?
Go stand in front of the cannon.
Everyone
Shut
line
like
up.
a tree trunk.
Go stand in front of the nutrition cannon, everyone.
Nutrition cannon.
Sledge stands up and it's kind of helping everyone else.
Revan casts Lamon's secret chest
Okay.
and puts the compass in the chest on the ethereal plane.
Okay. Cool. He does so.
I shout out to the
And-
party that Jurgen's all right.
Sledge kind of acknowledges it. Mostly he's trying to help everyone else like get back on their feet, onto the
Yeah.
ship, whatever.
Council will help everyone get back on the ship. Oh, I'm taking notes.
When everybody gets on the ship, then
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there a way to climb up the ship?
yeah. So the front side of the ship is more angled. It's not as steep of an incline, so you can safely walk up that.
Okay. That's right. It's kind of sandbarge-ish.
Yeah.
Shape. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
it's more angled. It's not like an easy climb, but it's probably like 45-degree angle or so.
Okay.
So with enough time, you're able to get your injured comrades up on the ship.
Tizal would probably go fix one of the front sails that you mentioned had holes in it. Give it the same treatment he did to the back sail.
Okay.
In the meantime, since that's all he thinks he can do to help.
Yeah, Felix is like immediately going around and checking to see if everything's in working order.
Okay.
Because we want to get this moving ASAP.
Yeah.
Revan's checking things out as well. Just functionality, seeing what's working, what's not.
Council stands at the front of the ship and collects himself.
Revan pushes
Uh-huh.
Council off the front of the ship.
Council
You
dies.
run over Council.
Tizal collects him.
I had 10 hit points left. I died from falling damage.
When they get on the ship, Sledge just walks downstairs and basically just sits next to Jurgen on the ground. And yeah, anyone who's paying attention, you see after a couple minutes of sitting there that Sledge actually like puts his arm out and puts it on top of Jurgen, just kind of like letting him know that he's there. And Jurgen is he's asleep at this point. Anything anyone specifically wants to do?
Or do we discover anything examining the ship? Things to fix, things to work on? I mean, I know you mentioned stuff earlier.
There was the smaller holes in the front sail, but Tizal said he was going to repair those.
Yep.
I mean, some of the stuff could be reinforced if you had anything in mind that you wanted to like make it hold better. Because right now it's all temporary solutions. Otherwise, no, nothing really sticks out that it's like broken.
Revan at least is just looking for general functionality. Yeah, like straight up broken things. He wants to just see if we can get moving.
Okay. You don't immediately see anything. Nothing jumps out at you. You feel as if you are ready, that you could potentially try to get this thing moving.
Okay.
Are the-
I share that with the group then too, if that's how Revan's feeling, that he thinks we're ready to shove off.
Is there any part of the ship that's the most important thing to fix? That the council could fix with his fabricate ability?
I would say either the brake at the front, which is now hanging on by a basically wrenched bolt,
Mm-hmm.
or affixing one of the chains that is currently should be welded onto the ship. I got it that time on my own. Should be welded on, which is currently just held in place either by a bolt, or I think that you guys said you tied the other one.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to like fabricate a chain link to be able to hold those in place, that would be good. Otherwise, having the bolts for the front brake would be good as well.
Do the bolts look like they go through? Could I replace the damaged bolts with a regular crossbow bolt? That's
It would have to
longer.
be several crossbow bolts because these bolts, like, they're like
Oh,
an inch
okay.
thick at least. So you'd have
Okay.
to like take several bolts and put them in through.
Okay. Yeah, Council's going to use his fabricate ability to fix the chains.
Okay, which one?
Oh,
Because so both the front and the back sail had that chain broken.
Are they within? Let's see. Must be contained within a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes.
Hold on. So one would be, yeah, you could do 8 in a straight line.
Yeah.
They're less than 40 feet apart.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do both chains then, if that's okay.
Okay,
I assume
sure.
I can't get the break as well, so I'll just do the chains.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Yay!
So you guys watch. Council has only done this once in front of you, where he is basically able to mold the already existing metal into chain links that are able to keep the chain in place, or the chains in place. So now those are permanently fixed.
Yeah. Once a week.
Woo!
And the break too?
No.
Not the break.
I'll slam some
Like,
crossbow
Felix is
bolts.
gonna
Oh,
try to fix the break.
Okay.
I have Tinker's tools and Smith's tools.
Okay.
I don't know if one of those
Council does offer
really help.
bolts as metal if he needs them. To like melt or whatever.
You have a small crucible, you said, correct?
Yep.
You could use that to like fabricate something of a bolt. They're small enough that, so they're not very long bolts, because it's actually they're bolted in on both sides to a slat of metal that sticks down from the
Right.
ceiling. But they're thick, so like an inch thick and maybe 2 inches long. So it's not actually a lot of metal. You could melt down bolts for that. Certainly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I have 14 left.
Make me a tinker check. So you
What
just
does that
add your-
use?
I'm gonna
proficiency.
say, proficiency and
Intelligence.
I guess.
Well, with my tools, I double my proficiency, so it's +6, +5 for my intelligence is +11 on a 17 is 28.
28. I know how to do math.
Or
Jeez.
yeah, 28.
Okay. It's not instantaneous, obviously. Like, you have to heat up the little thing that you have. So it takes a good amount of time, probably a couple hours, but you are able to eventually work this metal into a bolt, which actually, like, once you have it made into a bolt shape, you basically stick it up to the place where it's supposed to go and like screw it in while it's still molten. So like it gets the right
We thread it.
you threading on it.
Okay.
Nice. While I have the crucible hot, can I put the lead that I have in and the raw alchemite?
You can make you can do the little lead, yeah.
Okay. Just want to see do that experiment of does lead block the alchemite from taking on.
Oh, because you just want to make molten lead and like pour it over the The alchemite?
Just
Okay.
kind of have a chunk of lead with a piece of raw alchemite in it. Kill a few things, put it under, I don't know, shock it with lightning or something. I don't know. Like, we'll do some things, and then we'll crack it open and see what happens.
Break open your Cadbury egg.
Yep. Eat the alchemite.
How many bolts did those? How many bolts did those bolts take?
We'll say 4.
Oof. Okay.
So yeah, you create that. You make your molten lead to pour over the alchemite, and that's now set as well.
For the first 9 minutes of the hijinks taking place after the worm goes away, Wander keeps floating up a little bit into the air and coming back down, very much like Marty McFly first getting on the hoverboard. And he's just completely entranced. Just completely entranced.
Okay. You do so.
What?
Tizal, what were you gonna say?
Now, what about the cannons beneath? You said the front one has frayed wiring.
Yeah,
and
the front one has frayed wiring. The one on the right is off of its not pedestal, but like stand that it's locked into, and now actually it's across the ship against the one on the left.
Tizal would probably try to fix the one on the right, try to get it back in the position, like brute force, crude, try to figure out a way to lock it in place with like materials that might be on the ship.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Ooh.
Wander can assist with that if we're past the 10 minutes of the flying spell, that is.
Yeah, we can say that it is.
Okay, so I get advantage?
Yeah, with the help. Yep.
15.
Okay. Yeah, between the two of you, you're able to, with great force, move this cannon back over into position. As far as getting it into place goes, what exactly did you want to use?
Is there anything, like any, I don't know, materials, boxes? I'm trying to find something to like jam in to wedge it in place as like a temporary solution.
Okay.
Knowing that we probably won't be able to find a permanent solution to this until we find more resources elsewhere.
No. The only thing that you're able to find on the ship that's not part of you guys is the other arm that Felix had taken from one of the sentients. And it's just kind of like laying on the deck of the ship, or like not the deck, but like down in the lower part of the ship. Like one of the times that he fell over, it came out of his pack.
Oh no. My C3PO.
It's your red arm.
I mean, Tizzle's not smart enough to be able to conjure anything with that, so he'll probably just leave it at that. And maybe investigate the wiring, see if maybe there's anything you could discern be done to fix it.
Okay. You can make an investigation check at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage?
Yeah, just because you have no idea what this is.
Okay, so the first one was a 3.
Yeah, you have no idea what this is.
Plus one, 4, and the second was a natural 1. So
it's wires.
What are wires?
It's rope.
Magic
Looks
noodles.
like something to make a nest out of.
Magic. Yeah.
It's
Yep, collect
probably
all of them, tear them all up, make a nest.
Yeah, Tizzle further tears them up.
You
He uses his beak.
sabotage the boat.
He puts them
probably
in his
edible.
butt with his beak and then flies away to make a nest.
You set fire to the boat.
It's like Sea of Thieves all over again.
So, brake is fixed. The chains are fixed.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have to? How is the ship looking as far as can it go now? Gonna do a quick assessment.
As well, if you want to make an investigation check, sure, go for it.
I was gonna say while people are attempting to fix things. Revan is trying everything he can to get the ship to move while all this is going on.
Oh, okay.
24.
While you are busy investigating, trying to see if you can make the ship go, Revan is just randomly like putting the brakes into different configurations and like checking the wheel to see if it'll go or anything. And while you are checking, he basically just gets them into both the configuration they need to be, and the ship just kind of softly lurches off of the sand. Like at first, it kind of drags a little bit, and you can feel it through the sand, but then that just goes away, and you are just gently gliding atop the sand.
Yay! We
Basically,
did
like
it.
less than a foot off of the sand.
When that happens for the first time this campaign, Revan goes, "Yar!"
Fiddly-dee.
So
Yeah,
at this point, it's doing that without any. There's no alchemite powering it. This is just the ship moving.
correct.
The sails are glowing, right?
Yes, the sails are in full sail glory, pulling the ship forward.
Yeah.
I'm curious if we'll be able to move at night. We'll have to find out.
And when he has a chance, Felix will kind of explain how the cannons work to just so that everyone can operate it because it's pretty simple.
Yep.
Council will take a moment to appreciate this magical alien technology. This kind of first sight new thing in life, despite being Vulcan-like. He's like, this is pretty cool.
Good.
Tizal thinks this is very cool, but still thinks the fact that he was just regurgitated by a worm is way cooler.
How's that for a story?
That makes for one heck of a story.
Wonder is flabbergasted as well.
Revan is going to use the draw a map action to keep track of where they're going. So there's a record of
Okay.
their journey.
Okay. Currently, you are headed straight south. The question for you guys then becomes, where would you like to go?
Well, due west is hard mountains, right? Real tall.
Yes, due west is mountains, is the Obsidian Ridge.
South
Or
would
we
take us
just-
to the coast,
South
is
would
where we-
eventually take you to the ocean. Yeah.
which is where we need to be if we wanted to go into the wound, which we don't.
Yeah. So actually, sorry, you're not going straight south. You're headed along the base of the Obsidian Ridge.
Right. Didn't we decide to go east?
We promised Sledge that we would head back
Right. And we need
for
to
Jurgen's
investigate
sake.
the heart based on the visions that you had.
So
And we
where
have
to,
land
boys?
east. Council points
Back,
east.
back to Orin.
We'll need to find a different way through the mountains, but yes.
We need to get Jurgen to safety back in Orin. We need to investigate the heart. But
If we-
we also need to know what is happening.
If we can't make it to, well, we cannot make it through the mountains by going through the city because we were banished.
Do
Is-
we have this map that you're showing? I can't remember. Do we have a map like this?
You have something of a map of the High Barrens. Yeah.
So looking at this map, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there actually a little sand, the eastern mountain range? Is there actually sand enough to go around the mountain range there?
Down at the southern tip?
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
forest.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
Well, so the southern tip, the mountains don't go all the way to the coast.
Mhm.
There is a gap there where there's forest that eventually meets the base of the mountains and goes up to the fairly close to the edge of the desert.
If we want to bring the ship with us, going southeast is the way to go. If we want to leave the ship at the Dwarven merchant camp where Sledge can guard it. And then we go through the mountain. The mountain, that's the other option.
We're
Well,
not
we already
welcome
agreed
back
we'd
through the
go through.
mountain.
Yeah. Would we try and attempt to go over the mountain?
Wasn't there a road around the Dwarven city?
No.
No, okay. Never mind.
All roads in the mountain. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Go through Touchstone.
Touchdown, that's right.
So it's either over the mountain or through the woods. Is that accurate?
We
That's
did
correct.
we did
Grandmother's
see a
house we
map.
go.
There were like unpaved roads, like caves, right? That went
Yeah.
through
There were.
other ways.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that Jurgen gave us,
Yeah.
the map.
So
was-
Sure.
Did it show more than one entrance though? From go ahead, sorry.
no, you go ahead. I was
We
just
can
going to
make it.
From the desert where we came out, I thought or you go ahead,
No.
Spencer. You go ahead. I thought there was only one entrance
I don't want to.
on the western side of the eastern mountains.
Right. I remember the other map having lots of ways in and out, but I don't know if they lead to the desert. So, yeah. Neither does
Yeah.
Council.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I
looking at the map now, but
I am trying to find it. Oh, here we go. I mean, that one would do. I'm trying to find one that doesn't have any spoilers on it.
I have the map that you gave us.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I just pasted it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's the one I had. Google Chrome. There we go. So yeah, the way that you went out was the little pink squiggles coming out of Touchstone.
Right.
Like up or north, right?
No, going straight
We can see
west
your cursor.
out of
Oh,
Touchstone.
west. The I see
North,
what you-
north in relation to this picture, not geographically.
Right.
Yeah, you went out this way. through
Oh, never mind.
Touchstone.
I'm
You
wrong.
came down here.
Yep.
You went all the way back here. And then you made your way back to go.
I don't think we actually.
Oh, actually, no. You went out. You came out this way, and then when you went back through, you came and just went along this curve.
So there
Yeah.
are more
Yeah.
cave veins somewhere in the desert, but we have no idea where any of the openings are.
Right.
The only opening on the west side of the mountains that we know of is the one going directly to Touchstone.
Yeah.
So over or southeast are the only practical options.
I like the idea of taking the boat to Orin. I don't know how much longer that'll take.
Well, don't have
certainly
any-
much faster than us on foot.
We
Agreed.
could head east and see what this is capable of.
Let's open her up and see what she can do.
If we head east and then south, it may.
Would-
Yeah, we'll see.
As soon as Wander says that, Revan takes the full speed ahead action.
Okay.
So
The
going
jalopy
south?
falls apart.
Yeah, everything just the wheels fall off. No,
I rolled a
The-
3. I really want to take this action.
all right. Yeah,
Oh, I rolled
the
the 3
ship
times 5.
is going forward. You're cruising at 5 miles an hour,
That's
which
like
when you
jogging
guys were
speed.
going like
Tizal flies ahead.
7 miles a day, like you're making pretty good speed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go 120 miles per day. You can get across the desert in less than 2 days.
That's insane.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Wow.
That's I mean that's if you're traveling day and night, like
Right.
never stopping. Right.
People could do it during their watches.
One
Does that
other
mean this
thing,
thing can go
Revan.
at night?
What?
Does that mean this thing can go at night?
We'll find out.
That's a good question.
There's one way to find out. Revan quick throws out to the group those holes. But no, he doesn't know there's holes. Nope, never mind. He has no idea that there's holes.
I think part of Felix's cursory making sure the boat's good is
Okay.
that's on his list of things to fix.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure he'll be tinkering. I can fix more of the ship in a week. I can fix the holes and stuff.
Revan starts a vote to cast Council overboard.
glasses.
I fixed Revan the dog way.
Revan shoots himself in his alchemite heart. There'll be no boat for any of you.
Rock, scissor, explosion.
So I think while we're moving, Felix is gonna be below deck. The two things he wants to do is like figure out fixing the cannons, because we didn't need to fix the cannons to get going, but we need to fix the cannons if we run into another worm. And also the holes. He's gonna like try to find some pieces of the hull that aren't like essential, like a I don't know, part of the stairs or something like that.
Well, I'm sure the metal wasn't blown away, because when you punch a hole in metal, it
That's true.
It flowers, so you can probably
Yes.
bend it
Just
back.
knock it back. Yeah.
And weld it.
Does your enlarge spell, is that permanent or is that temporary?
Forever.
Or
Yep,
reduced
I'm
and-
forever like
No.
Is it really? Your
No.
your reduce enlarge that you cast on the worm.
It's an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
So that,
And
that worm
So if he's
will go
reduced-
back to normal eventually.
So if he's reduced and under the sand and then suddenly gets large, we just see a bunch of worm guts explode as a geyser somewhere in the distance.
Why would he
it'll just
explode?
make the sand explode.
Because,
He would suddenly displace a bunch of sand.
right, and
when
the
he gets
sand is
bigger.
much more mass than a worm, so he
Oh.
would just explode upward.
First
So
bottle
he's
rocket.
gonna like
Man, I don't-
make the hammer big, I think is what he'll do, and smack the holes back into place,
Okay. Cool.
and then see if he can patch up the little cracks.
That sounds good. The evening does eventually come, as it always does. And you guys are real tired from your long day of getting beat up and beating stuff up. Sledge is still down below by Jurgen in the ship. But when you come down or start like talking about who is going to be taking what shifts, whatever, he chimes in and says, "I can drive at night."
That would be practical.
That would be amazing.
The
And he
sooner we
doesn't
get
say
across, the
anything more
better.
and just stays there with his hand on Jurgen's chest.
Are you well, Sledge? Do you need Felix to repair you?
I am well enough.
As you wish.
Yeah, he leaves it at that. All right. And with that, we're at 9:20. So probably a good stopping point, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Barnabas is nodding.
You guys go to sleep and have your dreams.
Uh-oh.
Nothing special happens.
Next time,
Or
We're
does it?
leveling up, right?
Council will bring up
Yeah,
the subject
you're leveling up in your sleep.
Yay! Council will bring up
So-
the subject of reading more from the journal next session.
If anyone has second thoughts now on their decisions based upon the events of this evening, we can talk before we next play. As far as level ups go.
I see.
Otherwise, yeah, that's it. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for DMing.
Game
Yeah.
over.
Can't believe we actually played.
You're
Yeah.
right.
I'm still waiting for one of you to keel over.
So next session in July?
July doesn't work for me.
Okay.
We're having a baby
If-
then.
If we play next
that's
week,
right.
we're back on regular cadence.
He meant July 2023.
Same.
Spencer.
I don't want to be on Caden.
Multiple cadence.
Cadens. I don't want to be on the Cadens.
I'm free every Tuesday.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm fine playing next week for sure.
Okay. If everyone's feeling all right and I can pull something out of my butt before then, yeah, we can play next week.
Woo!
Yeah, obviously Your prep is the deciding factor if you don't want to.
I know exactly where you guys are going, what you're doing, what's going to happen when you get there. So don't worry about it.
Please don't
I
pull
was
anything
not
in your
taking
butt.
our DM into consideration.
That being the case, so your solid plans are to head back to Orin.
Until next session starts and we change everything from what we've already
Yeah,
told.
yeah. Obviously, you
We-
guys are free to talk about this outside of the game and change your mind as many times as you want.
Mhm.
And when you decide to go face first into the wound, we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
I think this.
I
I
believe
think this
we're
ship,
going east, and then we're gonna go south.
Yeah.
I think the ship is seaworthy, and we should just take it out into the ocean.
Right. Got it.
That will go well.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, metal ships float. So why not?
I mean,
It
there
is-
were
it-
those two in the Civil War whose names I can't remember.
I will again
Monitor
remind you
and
that
the-
all modern ships are made out of metal.
Yeah, but there's no
Oh,
keel.
yeah,
It's got
but
a
they're not
flat bottom,
ironclad.
so as soon as it hits the water, it's gonna go.
This is also a magical fantasy land where you're on a ship that's floating above sand. So take your realism and shove it, kid.
True, true.
Wait,
If the sails
the
walk
other
on
way.
sand, we could float over the water. That'd be interesting.
That's the dream of the hovercraft, right? From the sand to the water and back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey, if I watched enough
Or the
MythBusters, I think we just need to put a plastic bag underneath, and then we're good.
With
Yeah.
a big fan.
Sure.
Yeah.
This
I can do
actually
gust of wind.
It's made out of pykrete. So eventually it'll melt. But you should be fine for a while.
At least it's not made of chocolate.
Oh, just leave a brown streak through the desert wherever you go.
I dubbed the ship skid mark.
Revan does that when he has too much cheese, anyway.
Oh no!
He and me both.
I just imagine Revan doing like the deworming crawl across the sand.
Oh no.
I'm-
The thing dogs do, they sit with their legs sticking out and they pull themselves with their front
Oh,
legs.
Drag their butt.
Yeah, on their butt.
Yeah.
Why do you call it deworming? Do they do that more when they have worms?
Yeah, that's how they try to get the worms out.
Because
Yeah.
it makes their bone real itchy.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
If the
So
worm
you guys are
sticks out.
going straight east and then headed south to go around the south, or are you like cutting
Southeast.
diagonally across the
I would.
the sand?
Wander would vote for south. We don't want to go directly and tell all the dwarves within sighting distance of the mountains, "Hey, we're here. Follow
Yes,
us." I would
yes.
imagine we'd want to go south then.
Or would we
Okay.
angle? Just go at an
We can just
angle
go
from where
diagonal,
we're
yeah.
at? Yeah.
It probably makes more sense to go diagonally.
Can you see my mouse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we see it.
So are you going this way?
Yeah.
Or are you
Diagonal,
going
yeah.
this way?
I think we
Say
go diagonal and we ditch the ship
way.
for the southern coast and walk through the forest.
Unless we can
Well-
fit the ship through, then we don't have to.
Guess.
The
Yeah, let's
goal
try
of
to get the ship
going
cleared.
southeast is to bring the ship with us, so we'll try to do
Yeah.
that.
But are we? Sorry, I missed. Are we gonna hit the mountains and then head south?
Diagonal from where we're at.
Well, that's what we're
Yeah,
dis- that's what we're discussing.
So yeah, so are you gonna go like that?
'Cause we could
and then
we could
down?
look for additional cave openings,
Right.
if we head along the
Oh,
mountains.
Sure.
But we
Yeah.
also might not want to take the exact same path since we ran into trouble.
Yeah, it would just. I wouldn't say if we found another cave to take it, but we would just know that there's a cave in case we do need to figure out a way to navigate the under the mountains.
And my thought
I
was,
meant-
do we want to show all the Dwarn that can see us where we are and what we're doing, or would there be
Well,
any benefit?
they're not our enemy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But there were troubles along the sand if we go due east again, back and retrace our steps. There's the birds, there's the croc, there's
Right.
Yeah, but we're in a ship now.
Invulnerable.
Let's just go diagonal.
Okay,
Sure,
So
yep.
straight diagonal?
Yep.
It's
like
already a long trip, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Last question then before we wrap up is, do you guys want to do that as a montage, or do you want to do that as a let's experience everything?
I will leave that up to
Montage.
the group.
Because if
Everyone
you just want to be like, all right, and you guys travel over the sand and these things happened,
If
That's
anything
cool, I'm fine
really
with that.
interesting is there, then I would like to know about it. But Yeah.
Yeah. We can skip over the mundane nothing happens days, but if something cool comes up with a chance for us to investigate or do something, then that'd be cool.
I think we rolled.
Otherwise-
Weren't we rolling for that though every day to see if
You
like
were.
things weren't easy or not? So I think if we do want to see if anything cool happens, we would probably still need to roll on a daily basis.
Well, I mean, that's the point of that would be Spencer basically decides what we roll on or not. It's like I'll put a thing
Yeah,
here.
sure.
easily enough. Yeah.
Hey, are these bigger hexes? How much the boat can travel in a day?
I don't believe so. No. Oh, are they?
It
That would
might
be
be
amazing.
actually.
That would be so
almost,
easy.
You
for
made-
it
me.
takes
you made
about
the
2
math.
days. That pretty much lines
Yeah.
up.
That's what I was like, is that where he got that number?
Yeah, that's kind of awesome.
Accidental math. Amazing.
I meant to do that. I'm the best DM in the world.
It worked out real well.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna keep it. So
And
good.
They do
Good
say
eye.
hexagons are the
Good eye,
greatest
Brian.
shape in the world.
Hexagons are the bestagons.
Hexagons are the best guns. I'm gonna end the stream now.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for the session.
Have a good night. That was
Bye,
awesome.
everybody. Thanks for playing.
Bye.
Yeah.